Right, baby.
Feeling like Jesus, trying to run 2 million up like peas. These niggas rats, why they always cheese? I want me a rolling with the dime that's free. I gotta keep a block over shit, get grease. I want me a bitch that don't really need me. INDEPENDNT. That's what the bitch gotta be. Put on a stroll, gotta pay a finder's fee. I ain't choose the game, but the game found me. I was praying to the Lord, have mercy on me. I ain't think I always have to have a 30 on me. I'm the MVP, put a jersey on me. Got that boomerang, I ain't Eddie Murphy. Strike 3 niggas out, yeah, it's a turkey. I fuck with Ed, don't fuck with Perky. From the bayou with a water.
Feeling like rich, homie, I'm the man of the year. Walked in with 2 cups, I'm the man of the year. I ain't playing with these niggas, giving instructions to my bitch. I be pimping on my hoes, I'm the man of the year. I'm feeling like equal dollar, I'm the man of the year. We gon' get the Benny clear, I'm the man of the year. I'm the man of the year, I'm the man of the year. I'm the man of the ice, the man of the year. I'm feeling like I'm done. I'ma stop at the store, sell me a onion. Go and get some backwoods in the back of Funyuns. Let a nigga play me sweetie, he gon' meet the honey bun. I ain't ride with it unless he got a 100-round drum. Hit that nigga with the Drake, he go ba-da-ba-dum bomb. Hit it with the daddy stroke, I got the little baby sprung. Gotta keep that thing on you coming from where I'm from. Gotta keep that thing on you when you coming from the bird. I been jugging and finessing, got that boy and got that girl. She been moving up the ladder cause the pimpin' in the word. They be shooting around here daily, why the fuck you acting scared? Hey, I got a scope, it'll knock down the bear. Got a new BBL, make a nigga stop and stare. Sending packs in the mail, use the next day air. I send the bitch too, I put it in the air. Yeah, feeling like rich, homie, I'm the man of the year. Walked in with 2 cups, I'm the man of the year. I ain't playing with these niggas, giving instructions to my bitch. I be pimping on my hoes, I'm the man of the year. I'm feeling like equal dollar, I'm the man of the year. We gon' get the Benny clear, I'm the man of the year. I'm the man of the year, I'm the man of the year. I'm the man of the ice.
Yeah. Salute. Top of the night, man. What's going on for real? Man, we got some interesting topics tonight. And you got very interesting situations. We got Lil Ronnie out of Texas, gunned down. Lil Ronnie out of Texas, gunned down. Mocha Bird, salute. That boo, what it do, brother? Just Meats. Gotta make sure I subscribe to Just Meats.
What's happening with it?
Salute, brother. Happy New Year.
Right back at you.
Jake Swizzy. Salute, brother. Shout out to everybody coming in. Caramel. Salute. Shout out to the chat. We got several topics tonight. We got Lil Ronnie gunned down. His daughter also executed in a car wash hit. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Salute to everybody tuning in, everybody watching. We're gonna be speaking on we got presidential news also. We got Black Sam, Rockstar Whack 100 news. We're gonna get into the Lil Ronnie. We're gonna get into the Lil Ronnie situation. C-Mac.
What's up, man? What's with this music and shit? Start the show. I don't need to be serenaded. I'm a son of a pimp.
Yeah.
Hey, you know Dwayne Wiggins is sick, right?
Dwayne Williams.
Of Tony.
Was he the drummer?
He's the leader of the group, nigga.
Man, Sadiq, the leader of the group. What the hell you talking about?
No, Dwayne Wiggins is.
What?
Yes. Raphael Sadiq is his cousin. It's his group.
I don't know about
Fuck. What you mean you don't know? You talking the Bay Area. What the hell you mean you don't know? I just told
that. I
you.
don't know about that.
Man, I just told you who started the group.
Oh yeah.
The person that started the group.
Raphael Sadiq? So what Raphael Sadiq got to do with this?
He was the lead singer. He was the lead singer.
Oh, he's just a lead.
Yes. It's Dwayne's group. It has been for over 55 years. What the topic is?
Right now we're gonna get into I'm a star. We're gonna get into Lil Ronnie. We're gonna get into Lil Ronnie.
Who is Lil Ronnie?
Be careful now. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Him and his daughter was gunned down.
Where did it happen at?
I'm about to get to it. Let's go to Fox 4, Dallas, Fort Worth. Car wash murder rapper G Money, Lil Ronnie, and 5-year-old daughter killed in targeted attack.
What?
A day after a shooting left a North Texas father.
Oh yeah, it's real. We're gonna analyze it and everything. We're gonna get down
What's
to the
his name?
His name Lil Ronnie.
G Lil Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
When did this happen?
I think yesterday morning, something like that. They didn't mean to do that. They just came in on that side. They ain't see her in there. They didn't mean to do that.
Lil Ronnie.
I seen the video. They came in on that side. They looked like they was like 13, 14 the way they got down. They like some young niggas getting down. They was getting put on. So it's like a young nigga hit. But
so what's the headlines on it? What did it say?
I'm about to get to it. I'm about to give you the dope. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna give you the dope.
His name was G Lil Ronnie.
Yeah, salute to everybody coming in. Shout out to everybody coming in. We're gonna be talking about Lil Ronnie for the next hour or two. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to. We got C-Mac. We got Babu. We got great chat. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let's get to it.
Father and his young daughter dead. 2 gunmen.
My God.
A day after a shooting left a North Texas father and his young daughter dead. 2 gunmen remain on the run.
Surveillance images obtained by TMZ captured what appears to have been a targeted attack. Tonight, city and community leaders gathered to discuss the frightening crime, but police released no new details about the status of their investigation. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager was there and is in with what she's learned tonight. Peyton.
Hi, Steve and Heather. Yeah, Forest Hill police initially told us they would hold a press conference this afternoon, and then they ultimately postponed that press conference to tomorrow. The chief of police there tells me he's working alongside the Texas Rangers in this case, and they need at least 1 more day until they speak publicly.
Say what now? Say what?
Oh, this happened in Texas?
Yeah. You got to watch the video.
Okay, that's what I'm on the show for.
All right. Let's get to it.
I might like leave, button. Come back.
Car wash murder. What?
Okay, I'm going to leave for a second. I'll be back.
All right.
All right.
Meanwhile, we know police are looking for 2 suspects in this case.
Was in Texas?
Tuesday, tokens offering condolences sat outside Slappy's car wash off Forest Hill Drive. A Fort Worth police officer guarded the property, which is still temporarily shut down. It's where Monday, 5-year-old Armani Sibley and her father, 30-year-old Ronnie Sibley, were murdered in broad daylight by 2 gunmen, according to police. Still images obtained by TMZ show Ronnie Sibley, a North Texas rapper also known as Lil Ronnie, running across the parking lot of the car wash and 2 men chasing him while opening fire. If you zoom in on the left side of the screen, 2 men are seen, each holding a firearm. Police are still searching for the pair of suspects who took off in a white Kia. The little girl was killed while in the maroon Challenger. Sky 4 video shows the amount of shell casings surrounding Sibley's vehicle.
If you were aware that a takedown was going to take place prior to it happening, you are not only part of the problem, but you are the problem.
Tuesday, Fort Worth City Councilman Chris Nettles, Forest Hill Mayor Stephanie Boardingham, faith leaders and advocates against gun violence sent a message to the community. Monday's double murder marks the 4th and 5th murder in Forest Hill this year. In all of 2024, the city had 0.
This moment needs to be taken as a gun violence. We're going to stop it now, and we're going to put our foot down now, and this is it. Because we can't keep doing this. We can't keep burying our children.
Fox 4 is told the Sibleys live in Crowley, but Monday stopped in Forest Hill. Little Armani attended elementary school in Crowley and was part of the Safari Sports Cheer Squad, which issued a statement to Fox 4 Tuesday saying they're devastated by this loss and are praying for the family. Family spokesperson Bishop Rodney McIntosh says the young girl was just dropped off to her father at the car wash minutes before the gunfire.
The mother wants everyone to know that she is heartbroken and she is grieving. And on behalf of a mother, I would ask that they would do the right thing and that they would come forward.
And the last update from Forest Hill Police, which was yesterday, they released that they have identified one of the suspects, but no names were released. Also, at today's press conference, we asked Forest Hill Mayor what the city was doing to combat this recent spike in crime. And she told reporters that we would have to ask the chief of police, and that's something we hope to ask him tomorrow.
All right, now we got
Who making all that noise?
all right, let's go to IQ Shaheed. G Money, Lil Ronnie killed over dice game robbery.
Oh, it was a dice game robbery?
Well, no. I'm just saying. They saying he was killed over a dice game robbery. Let's listen to it. All right, subscribe to IQ Shaheed. Here's my review.
Said he wants some pressure, I'ma teach that boy a lesson. Got your bitch on her knees doing yoga, how she stretching. I don't got lemons, but I squeeze. No, I'm super fresh, life a breeze. Yeah, 2 big blocks on my knees. Yeah, baby, this is Bill on my team.
Yeah, man. Boy teasing, man. R.I.P. Lil Ronnie, man. This shit is ridiculous, nigga. But the story is already out, so we can quit all the speculating. You niggas don't know what the fuck going on, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. It's real simple. His partner robbed a dice game, man. They couldn't find him, and they bumped into Ronnie while he was in town for his little girl's birthday, and they did what they did, bro. It's simple as that, bro. The nigga robbed dice game, nigga was looking for him, man. You know what I mean? All the rest of that shit, y'all put that shit to bed, bro. Ronnie wasn't up to shit. He was doing shows, nigga. That nigga trying to live for his family and shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she got caught in the crossfire. I seen the video. It did look like they was aiming at her, but they gonna hit the car when they hitting at him, man.
Right.
Deal with, man.
That's all it was.
It's all fucked up, bro. Niggas need to find something better to live for, bro. On my soul, bro. Niggas need to find something better to live for, man.
Well, damn, bro. The biggest gambler in Texas, man. RIP. Give money, little running. RIP to his beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, now this is fresh press. Just came out. I just got it sent to me. The video only been up 11 minutes. I want to tell y'all, when I looked at the video, I'm gonna show the video and everything. We're gonna see what happened, all different angles. And I saw the video. They wasn't trying to kill his daughter, and then they just came in on that particular side and sprayed that car up.
Don't matter. They saw her, homie.
Nah, she was only 5 years old. She could have easily been ducked low in the seat or whatever. It wasn't nothing like that. They sprayed the car. They came in on the side of the car she was on. He was on the other. He was on the driver's side. She on the passenger side. So you got tinted windows. You in a SRT, Hellcat, Challenger, whatever, Charger, whatever. You in one of them type of cars or whatever the case may be, and they came in on the passenger side and sprayed it up. They didn't. They came in around the corner. All they did was see him cleaning out the car. So as he's cleaning out the car and they spray it up, I guess he see him hit her, he see them shoot her, and then he runs off, and that's when they chase him. But we're gonna listen to this IQ Shaheed channel and see what he drops down.
With young, innocent, man, daughter, bro. This whole situation is fucked. But you heard right there from an actual Fort Worth resident, Fort Worth, you know what I mean, native. They saying that word around town is his partner robbed a dice game and they caught him, which, you know, we don't know if that's the truth or not, but I will say this. That shit happen all the time. Not like, it doesn't have to be a nigga robbing a dice game. It could be somebody doing some shit and they catch somebody else that was with him, you know what I mean? Or somebody else that's close to him. Specifically, when somebody's with them when something's going on, they for sure gonna try to catch you. The fucked up part is just the daughter, man. Like, it's the overall situation, but that is just uncalled for, bro. On accident or not, man. I mean, them niggas fucked up. If that's the truth, them niggas fucked up. If it's not the truth, them niggas still fucked up. They fucked up and shooting that little girl, bro. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to go kill up each other, do y'all thing on some other shit, whatever. But there's no reason that innocent little girl had to get murdered, bro. She was murdered. You know what I mean? Then I seen another comment on a post. Somebody reposted that post. That post was actually from someone named Teasy Hussein. You can go follow them on Instagram if you want to go verify. Yeah, I mean, but somebody said no. His word around town that he finessed somebody for 100 P's. You know what I mean? Which is 100. If you don't know what 100 P's is, then I ain't gotta say it, but if you don't know what 100 P's is, then you on the wrong damn video. But yeah, so either or is all bad. You know what I mean? If you go tap in, I went through the comments on the original person's post. And he sound like he know what the fuck is going on. It's all alleged, it's all word around town talk, you know what I mean? But that's not nothing far-fetched. Somebody could have said something, Ronnie came up there and killed 3 people. And if a nigga always said this, if somebody want to lie and put extras on it, they could just make up so much shit and add so much shit to it. But that sounds like that's an everyday ghetto story. Like, nigga go do something to somebody else and they catch the nigga that was with him, or they catch one of his homies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a sad thing, but you know, this is the hood, bro. This is the streets. This is the way this shit the fuck go. RIP Lil Money. I mean, excuse me.
RP get money, Lil Ronnie. And RP his daughter, bro. We gotta stop this bullshit, bro. We gotta stop this shit, man. Y'all let me know what you're thinking. Like, I'm kind of what's going on. Dude.
Hey, make sure you subscribe to my other channels pinned in the description for exclusive content and send me all reactions to the Discord that's pinned in the comments. Gang.
Let's break down what we saw in the NBA tonight, beginning with the Pelicans at the Lakers and LeBron James on the cusp.
Said he wants some pressure, I'ma teach that boy a lesson. Got your bitch on her knees doing yoga, how she stretching. I don't got lemons, but
Man.
Yes, a sad situation, you know. Sad story. We're gonna go into the video. If you guys can see the screen, we're gonna go into the video. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion advised. This is the video footage of Texas rapper Lil G Money, Lil Ronnie, 5-year-old and 5-year-old daughter killed in shooting at car wash. The family identified Ronnie Smith and his daughter as the victim in Monday's shooting near Fort Worth. A suspect has been identified in the case, and an active warrant for capital murder was issued. Like I said, from what I saw, these were kids. I think they probably was like 13 to 16, you know, something like that. That's just from what I saw. Now I might be wrong or whatever, but they look like kids. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work. Let's take a look at the video. If you look to the left, as you can see, one running, two running. They spraying the car up, and instead of him steady going straight, he tries to come back. I guess he thought they left. I don't know. But if you look up top where the car's leaving, and I'm gonna tell you something also. Anybody who knows something about anything about Texas and what's been going on with these rappers getting killed, it's always a black Camaro somewhere in the picture. I'm serious. I done seen multiple videos of where this black Camaro is like out of there. But if you look up to the left, up to the right where you see that blue building, Lil Ronnie laying down, they gunning them down right there. He gets up. One stays, lay on him. Lil Ronnie get up, then he fall. But I want you to pay attention. The shooters came in on the left. They didn't know who was in the car. Clearly. I guess Lil Ronnie thought they left. DMW shots, salute, brother. I guess Lil Ronnie, G Money, Lil Ronnie, I guess he thought they left, but they didn't. So he tried to come back. You know, when you in a situation like that, man, he should have tried to hop in the car or something and told them people to drive off. Like, some ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't supposed to go down like that. And then notice how these people pull off at the car wash. How synchronized time they pull off. Notice how synchronized time they pull off. Don't you know? Look at this. Like they pulling off at the same time. They pulling off at the same time. Kiwi Hot Topic. Notice that. Now he's running. He's trying to get him off the kid. He's getting him off the kid.
Do he have the pink suit on?
Yeah, he the one you seen running across the screen.
With the pink on.
That's a red. I think they bloods or something like that. That's a red. Yeah, that's a red jumpsuit.
Okay, that's the rapper?
Yeah, that's the rapper running. That's the rapper running. Okay. Here he is again. They come out spraying the car up. Bam, they spraying the car up. They shooting. He's running. That's him.
Okay.
Yeah. That's G Money Lil running in the red that's running across the screen. If you look to the left, you see two shooters. Me personally, they look like kids.
You talking about the ones over there on the sidewalk?
The ones on the sidewalk shooting, they look like kids. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I want to say they some youngsters. I want to say they probably between 13 and 16, 17 at most. You know, I just find it odd how these people in these cars letting it go. You know what I mean? Whatever. But like I said,
trying to get out of there.
Okay. Danielle, salute.
Because if you notice, one of them hit the other one.
If you notice what? A what now?
Say what?
Yeah, I don't know what he was saying, but okay, so as you can see, they shooting at him from across the car wash. For some reason, I don't know if he's shooting back because they run off and then they run back up on him. As you can see now, they over there. Everybody over there by the blue building, by the blue. Okay, they coming back. They leave right here, and then they come back. For some reason, he's going back. For some reason, he running towards him. Like, I don't know what's going on but he's getting to him.
He just backing out.
No, no, man. Look. It starts on the left side of the screen.
I see that.
Okay, where the arrow is. They start shooting. He's up there vacuuming his car. Okay? He's vacuuming his car. Okay? They start shooting. They spray the car up and shoot the car where the daughter is. He runs. He runs. Now, instead of him running straight, he runs back into him. They double back to where he is. And think about this. All the cars, look, ain't it crazy how these cars are? This is where he died at, where these cars are. He starts over here, runs all the way around here, around there. Come on, man.
What are you looking for? I mean, if you notice when the cars is taking off, they almost hit each other, and that was windshield wipers still up.
What's up, Dukes?
What it do? Miss Show, man.
That was where you been, Jack.
I've been partying my ass off, boy.
Well, you still out there with Jackie Chan and all that?
You're damn right. You're damn skippy.
Okay. Yeah.
Eating good.
Need
some high quality people. Man, I'm gonna come back, man. I got a lot to tell you what I learned out here.
What up, player, handball player?
What it do, just me?
shit.
I passed I heard a ghost the other day. Thought about you.
What?
Oh yeah. You know the animals over here act different, but I saw you was live. I just pulled up, man. I'm gonna just listen in. What y'all got on topic?
Yeah, right now we talking about G Money, Lil Ronnie getting gunned down.
Dude from Houston.
Dallas, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got to check themselves. See, a child got killed on this one. It was it was pretty cowardly.
Yeah, they did a GoFundMe. They said they got like 32,000. I think she wanted 45,000. They got 32,000 or something like that.
Yeah, but that's not cool. They need to cut that out. Have some standards because in LA, man, someone's with their mama or something, man. They didn't just wild out like that.
No. They didn't know it was a child in there. They didn't. It wasn't like it wasn't nothing they tried to do per se. They came out spraying on that side of the car, so it wasn't. They didn't know. Listen, me personally, I personally feel like he shouldn't have had his daughter with him. Period. At that car wash, knowing he got smoked. The fact that I feel like the fact that he put his daughter in that situation is crazy in itself.
Yeah.
How you
If
know
you
he
know
had
you
smoke,
got,
though?
if you know you what?
They said his boy did it, not him.
No, it's rap beef and shit. Man, they say this dude. They say he be paying for murders and everything. It's rap beef. It's a rap beef, man.
According to the video that you showed earlier, the dude who said it was his boy, that his boy robbed a crap game and they saw him and took advantage of it.
Yeah,
that was the video you played.
Right, correct. But
the 50s. Okay, go ahead.
But also before that video came out, it's other videos of rap beef. Like, they telling him not to go. They saying you can't go back to that car wash.
Oh, well.
He knew better. He knew better.
Yeah, he knew better. He put his daughter in danger doing that bullshit, trying to prove that he can go to a motherfucking car wash.
Well,
yeah, that wasn't smart. You got
that's not the video you showed.
I know. I got you. I show another.
If you got a house, why you at the car wash?
That part too.
Can y'all hear me?
Uh-huh.
Y'all can? Ronnie, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That nigga try to talk on my dead mama. You can't go to that car, boy. Yeah, you can't go to that. That nigga try to.
There was
okay.
Look at what I just sent you. And what it was, the little girl, it wasn't her daughter's birthday. It was her cousin's birthday. They celebrate at the Great Wolf Lodge. The mom of the daughter met him at the car wash, maybe 3 minutes before this happened, and gave him his daughter so he could spend time with the little girl. And that's what happened. She had just took her to her daddy. And this happened.
Even still, you meet at a neutral location. You got ops. You gotta side street or
but
something.
last night, on this other channel that this guy said that's not the car wash they told him that he could come to. It was another one, a slapping on another location. That's why he went to that one. So
yeah,
the representative of the family, I just sent it to you, Ronnie. It was a guy, representative of the family, put out a story for the mom, because his mom is dead. So it's a little girl mom. They told the representative of the family to go ahead and speak about the birthday party because they got it all wrong. And it's not that little girl's birthday. It's her cousin. And they met him over there in the area to give him his daughter. So I just sent it to you, Ronnie.
Salute, man. Salute. Salute, miss. What's your name?
Ty.
Salute. 22 Ronin in the house.
Hey, 22, where you been?
I'm in the Philippines, man. I'm having the time of my life. I done gained 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Eating good.
Oh, you over there eating some? You been eating some balut?
I ain't brave. I ain't brave enough.
Okay.
Man, I wouldn't eat nothing in the Philippines.
I got a balut story.
Only thing I would eat
They
in
want
the
me to eat
Philippines
balut.
would be noodles.
They want me to eat balut. Kain
If
balut.
I was in the Philippines, if I was in the if I was in the Philippines, I wouldn't eat nothing but noodles.
Oh no, man! Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The food is so even a peanut, man, a grape tastes so much better than anything. Sometimes I eat something, I get mad. It's so good. Like
Yeah,
I've been lied to my whole life.
America has the worst food in the world.
Yeah, the food here is fresh.
Salute.
You go to
My brother is 100% vegan. He'll tell you all food is bad.
Oh no, fuck that. I told my wife. My wife said I can't do it, man. I've already been raised off meat. It's too late. You got to raise like a baby off meat, like that.
Meat is killing us, my brother.
Even
it ain't killing me.
Man, America
But
got.
I mean, I eat pork all that. I can't change. I'm a dinosaur.
You don't know yet. How often do you go to the doctor?
I went to the doctor a year ago. I was just fine. Blood pressure. I drink and smoke every day, and smoke weed and cigarettes, and drink beer every day. I'm drinking less now. I mean, my stress level.
Hey! Don't mock God, my brother. You've been blessed.
It's got to do with God. I'm not a Christian.
No, but just say you've been blessed. That's it.
All right, I've been blessed.
Hey, yeah, I just want to say what up, everybody. Peace to the panel. Shout out to the
What's up, you
homeboy. What up? You already know what it is. Deuce, what's good, my guy? I'm on the subway, but I'm gonna drop. This some bullshit. This shit's sad. And if niggas in the street, they shouldn't have their fucking kids with them. Dead ass.
You think the rules will change with Young Dolph or Extentation or the other cat, Pop Smoke? You think the game would change a little bit to where because if you kill a millionaire, they gonna get your ass. You fucked up with somebody's investment.
Who killed Biggie?
I'm gonna tell you, that's a wild cowboy, man. I think I got my whole stomach turned upside down.
Jewish mob killed Pop too. Straight up Illuminati. They finished the record. They finished the record deal contracts, and they're gonna start their own thing and make peace on the street and get back together.
Man, I'm gonna just tell you like this: brothers need to come together in general. This is all bullshit. Every race should stick together except for ours, and that's some stupid shit.
I wonder how we got.
Sound like we need another million march.
We need a million family intervention. Like we need to get it back to the basics. Like
There used to be rules, but you know what?
Yeah, man.
You know what? The problem with that is they got smoke for everybody but the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like that fool going up there starting shit at the Marathon Burgers. We're supposed to be black and stick together. Nigga, you gonna go up there with some dumb shit, and then another nigga talk, man, I wouldn't take that if I was you. Man, that's some kid bullshit.
Why we act like
it's not cool anymore. So many people trying to work it out and stick together, but certain cats just don't want to do it.
Yeah. And I think it's fucked up for a person to say, "Oh, you ain't no hard crip, you ain't no hard blood if you don't go put no work in." Fuck the work. Do shit what really counts instead of blacks killing blacks.
Well, as a
hey, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Why is that happening?
I'm gonna tell you like this. I catch a nigga telling a young soldier, "Yeah, nigga, you need to go put some work in. I'm gonna beat his motherfucking ass on the spot."
This hustle said, he said, man, he said they'll go do a drive-by and they'll pass all kind of regular ass people and white people and shit like that to find a nigga that fit the description of the nigga they want to kill.
But why?
Because he look like he in the game.
Man,
You look
these
like an
young
adult.
motherfuckers, they better be glad I'm not president, but then it'll be one strike life.
Yeah, yeah, because Neely Fuller, man, y'all know who he is, man. He describes self-hate, how subliminally you are trained to hate each
Hate.
other.
No,
He
that's
broke it down.
bullshit. We ain't trained to hate each other.
Yes, we
No,
are.
wait a minute. I'm black. That's bullshit. We ain't trained to help
Where you
hate.
think I'm from? Where you think I'm from? England? I'm black
No, but
too.
I'm just saying. No, hear me out. We ain't trained to help hate each other,
I'm not.
especially when we have loving parents. That's bullshit.
Okay, it's not an argument, but I like to have a debate on what Neely Fuller said. He was saying that you're subliminally taught to hate each other. After the civil rights movement.
Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. It ain't taught to hate each other. What was fucked up was the white man dropped off the motherfucking drugs in our neighborhoods and we fucked up everybody. That's what happened.
Okay.
But we have done
okay.
if we loved each other.
Oh, hey man, can I ask you a question?
I'm
Can I ask you a
listening.
question? Oh, okay. After the civil rights movement, they killed all the civil rights Black Panther leaders. Bobby Seale, who embarrassed the United States in defeating children.
Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
I'm black and I'm proud. But so after that's a cold story, ain't it?
Afro.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Black love.
What happened? What happened?
Okay. After the Black Panther movement, after they killed all the Black Panther leaders, I mean, we targeted them and killed them, right?
Yeah.
Gangs came out.
Yeah.
How come they targeted and killed the gang leaders?
How come they didn't what?
Target and kill the leaders of major gangs.
Think about that.
How come they didn't do that? Because it's allowed. They allowed them to do that. Matter of fact, they bought them guns. We ain't
Okay,
got to
let
do
me
that.
tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something. Yes, it was. Yes, it was genocide. When I was a little boy in the projects, motherfucking trains came by and had military weapons on them, and they would leave the trains in the middle of the fucking projects all night.
Yeah, and I heard about one in Watts. I was in grade school.
The weapons came out. Crack. The crack came first.
We're right there.
The weapons came first.
The weapons
in my
came
opinion.
first. The weapons came first.
Not the
There was already gang banging.
Man, how you gonna tell me something and I'm a part of it? The weapons came first. They used to.
Are you gonna tell me brothers had Uzis before crack?
No, they had revolvers
Nope. They
pistols.
had ARs. They had ARs.
That came out later.
ARs, bro. Because
After
niggas
the
on the
drug
street
ban,
had
they could buy
AKs.
that
They
shit.
didn't have ARs. They was getting AKs.
And
Yeah,
it was
AKs. Yeah, they had AKs. But can I speak?
And that came
Can I
after
speak?
crack.
Yes,
Can
you
I
can.
speak?
After crack.
Yes, you
Can I
can.
speak? I was in the projects when the trains used to come. They lead the trains overnight with weapons, and they would take the weapons off the trains.
At homie from Grape Street.
Again, after crack.
No, bro, crack came later.
What year you think crack came out?
I can tell you exactly when crack came out. 1980.
It came out before
79,
that.
but he's right.
It was around 78. There
Man,
wasn't weapons on the street.
no.
I'm from the West. What's the problem?
That's why I was there. No.
Hey, partner. Hey, partner. Hey,
I remember
partner.
when the automatic weapons came.
Hey,
Niggas had
hey,
guns,
partner.
yeah, but they
Hey,
didn't have
partner.
they didn't have fully automatics.
Hey, partner. No disrespect. You talking to an LA legend.
You both LA legends.
You got that LA. You got that LA.
But my uncle ran LA, the whole motherfucking city.
Hey, what high school you go to? I went to Bannon.
I went to Jefferson.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I went to Carver.
Need
I say more?
Hey, no. I know about Jefferson Dorsey.
No, Carver and
No. I'm talking about the Jefferson Dorsey football game.
Oh yeah, we used to. Yeah, okay. Say no more. No, I can't. Hey. Can't nobody tell me nothing about the streets of LA because I used to run the motherfucker.
So then
In the 80s.
automatic weapons
In the
came.
80s.
in the 80s.
All right, put it like this.
Yep.
Wait.
Okay.
Could brothers afford AKs before crack?
The AKs came before crack. The
Okay.
AKs came out when I was a little boy.
Yep. Drop Nissans.
Exactly. And
Crenshaw. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
No one questioned where this stuff came from, right? But it was just, first it was
Same place.
at first it was open trains. But after that, when Free Rick started his thing, right?
Yeah.
The same entity was selling motherfucking high ass heat to outnumber the police.
Bro.
But check this out. Everybody talk about Freeway Rick. Freeway Rick know me. My folks was before Freeway Rick when he was dreaming.
I used to hang out with Rick.
But you didn't have the CIA connect.
And I'm telling you, they roll up on the street in a Ford Taurus, pop the trunk, and it was full of Glocks. He was selling for $200 a piece.
Yep.
One white dude by himself.
But the trains was before those Fords.
Yep. That was 78, 79, 80, 81, 82.
Yeah,
I was a
niggas
junior high.
niggas got all kind of shit in LA. Niggas got rocket launchers.
I heard a story where Eazy-E had a rocket launcher.
Hey, what year did the Batarang come out?
MC's battling.
The Batarang came out around 1992.
When did the Batarang come out? I know this. 86, nigga. Knock this shit off, nigga. 85.
86. Oh yeah, that's right. Around the 80s. Okay.
Tiny T, rest in peace. Notice a lot of them niggas is dead,
Yep.
nigga. The nigga from LA Dream Team just died.
Who?
I just see Snake Puppy at the Carson Mall. Hey, remember the LA Dream Team?
Yeah.
You know LA
Me and
Dream
Miss
Team.
Master
Tiny T,
Spade.
all them niggas.
Hell yeah.
Hey, me and Miss. Me and Miss Master Spade used to run a club on Crenshaw.
I've been in Name of the Game. I ain't Crenshaw though, but yeah, I've been up there. Name of the Game.
No, it wasn't name of the game. It was another spot.
Up on Crenshaw.
Yeah, the Rolling 60s. The Rolling 60s shut us down because one of their bras came in the club, and it was an Asian lady who owned the club. She spit on the sister, and they shut us down. The Asian lady, the Asian lady spit in her face.
Hey, we did not know back then having that much motherfucking fun and that much danger at the same time. We did not know what was getting into. I never sold dope. I'm not a dope seller. I mean, I sold dope before, but I'm not a. I with my thing. I see something fuck my head up.
Well, let me tell you this. This is what fucked up our whole society and fucked up our black culture. I know what I'm talking about because I knew the water king, I knew the cocaine king, and I knew the heroin king.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what fucked up our culture.
But they said Nicky Barnes fucked up New York, but all this shit was done. The problem with the LA thing was all done under CIA watch. Oliver North and all that shit. All that shit connected.
Ask this. How many of those products are grown in America?
Say again?
How many of those products are grown in America?
None of them.
But to find out, because the border shut down. But to find out.
No, he said, like you said, none of them. We didn't bring them into our neighborhood. Somebody else did.
No, the CIA brokered that shit, and then niggas just hooked up.
But who told the CIA to do it?
Jago, the head of the fucking shit. Cut your own population in half. It's a cold game. You at war.
And who was the head?
We didn't realize we was at war until that shit happened. I didn't realize we was at war. Bro, and even then, I saw it as an active war but it's hard to believe that the government would do that to its own people.
The government don't consider us his own people.
That's a hard pill to swallow, ain't it?
I did a long time ago. I realized that we've been at war since we got everything we do. They bring war on us about it. We can just live separately in our own societies and prosper. And
I figured out.
shut the whole town.
I figured why they Illuminati after when Pac.
You know what the biggest problem is in our culture?
We don't know who we are.
Jealousy.
That's a female. I would say it's a female emotion, but it's a useless emotion.
Jealousy is number one.
We don't know who we are.
No, jealousy and envy is it.
If we knew who we were, we would have love for each other, not jealousy.
Okay, this what got me to the Philippines in a roundabout way. My mom, we was on 76 in Hoover, right?
Okay.
I went to the same school as Boo Capone. We would have been hanging out, nigga. But my mom.
Hey, how far was you from that Roscoe's off of Manchester?
76 in Hoover, couple miles.
Like Manchester Broadway.
Yeah, it's right there, right down the street.
Yeah, that's
right down the street.
It ain't walking distance.
No, it's not.
It ain't wise distance either. It ain't the best Roscoe's by far. I don't even like Roscoe's.
That's probably, I think that's like one of the original ones. That one and the one.
That's the first one. It ain't the worst one. I tell you that. I don't know.
That is the worst one.
It is the.
Hey, listen. On everything, that dude was set up. Every time I've been to that Roscoe's, I was with family. I go to all the Roscoe's, every last one.
Name me a Roscoe's worse
that particular one right there, though. It's gated up. You can't be no more secure. Like I said, that dude was set up. It's a difference. That Roscoe is gated. Like, that's the most protected place I ever seen for as a restaurant.
They got one like in Burbank or something. I think Burbank or Glendale, they got one.
It's in
and that was fucked up, but that dude was set up by some haters. Huh? Yeah, it's a plaza.
It's just in the strip mall. It ain't gated.
It is gated.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing all that from chicken stick to your ribs. They got a church's chicken up the street, man. Better than that shit.
Get the fuck out of here. Hey, my auntie shitting on Roscoe.
Roscoe's not that good at chicken. It's just an icon.
I lived on Manchester.
They want to go by there. They're not that good.
It used to be. When the
prices
have low prices and they give you big portions, Roscoe's was the shit.
Yeah.
When it got real popular, they changed the recipe or something. I don't know.
Hey, Golden Burger's trash except for the crust. The chicken was trash.
Jim Dandy's still the same.
Oh yeah, Jim Dandy. Hey, that Pioneer, man.
They're gone, bro. There ain't nothing left.
It'll stick to your ribs.
It was 7 It's gone.
When they went up on what is that? On Figueroa, like Figueroa, Manchester, is it? What is it?
Nah, that's Louisiana.
Okay, it was a Pioneer for a minute before Corona.
Hey, y'all don't remember Jim Danny's, do you?
Oh yeah. You know the first Pollo Loco was in Carson.
By Manchester and St. Andrews.
We used to go to Pollo Loco back in the 80s.
That changed too. Remember how they used to be back in the day? Pollo Loco used to be fire. But Jim Dandy said,
let me tell you, Pollo Loco back in like 89, 90, not between like 89, 92, around that time, before it got public. El Pollo Loco was the best.
Bro, all you got was chicken and tortillas.
I really want to talk about no Yardbird with SendaRoni, that nigga from Atlanta.
What that mean?
I've been out of LA since like 88.
Oh yeah, but you don't have some good Yardbird in your life.
That nigga don't know nothing about no Yardbird. That nigga like pig feet.
He been to Atlanta. I nigga know about some Yardbird. That's just crazy.
Man, let me tell you something. I done had just about every bird you could think of. But I'm gonna tell you this too, though.
We ain't talking about your chicken head hoes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Talk about y'all for a couple hours with you niggas.
Hey, that was last year. Hey, but check this out though, right? I had this. It was this spot, El Polo Loco. You go there, you was getting these burritos the size of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's wrist. Like it was. I'm serious. Like those burritos about the size of those big pipes, them big water pipes you see at Lowe's and shit like that. Like they were huge. And I went back and told everybody. When I got back in Georgia, I told everybody about it. They didn't see it till like 25 years later.
Man, Big Macs, Whoppers, all that shit was big. Any of y'all ever been to Okie Dog? You ever been to Okie Dog?
Oh, yeah. Hey, fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was jealous of Tookie Williams.
You gonna tell him that to his face?
I think.
I bet I will.
I think Tookie should have been kept alive. It's more beneficial to white supremacy to leave him dead because he can't talk about what really happened while he was alive. They're not assassinating gang leaders like they was.
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger was holding a grudge because Tookie outlifted him in the fucking gym.
That's true.
I did hear.
Hey, C-Mac.
No one
I'm telling you the truth. Any legend you name was related to me. How about that?
He outlifted Mr. Olympia. Look at it that way.
Lee Haney?
Yeah, but Tookie outlifted him too. Oh no, Lee Haney outflexed him in the contest. I don't know if he outlifted him. Lee Haney was on Swizzle at that year.
They hate that.
That nigga was clean. But up in the gym, at Gold's Gym, Tookie went up there, outlifted him.
Mm-hmm. Tookie didn't do none of that shit that Arnold wanted him to admit to. That's why he told him pull the switch. He ain't gonna just say you did it and I'll stop the execution. No, motherfucker, I didn't do it.
He ain't got person. He ain't got person let to
No, Tookie was a man of honor. I used to see Tookie in my auntie's living room on 46 in Compton.
I was in jail, ran to a nigga that knew Tookie. He said, I never met Tookie. He said,
he used to sit in my auntie's living room.
Okay. He said Tookie did that shit, though.
He used to be sitting there talking to my cousin in the front living room.
Hey, but they say he did that shit. He was yarmed up.
No, man. He did not do it.
You know what's crazy about that Lil Ronnie guy? The one that's in this video here? He made a song saying that he'll hit you up with your daughter in the car. He made a song talking about that type of stuff. You know that
wow.
Somebody, you know.
Karma. The bitch.
Well, you know, some people would do that. I mean, to be honest, but it looks bad for millionaires doing that shit.
Hey, you saw what Scarface said? No kids. You see what happened? Remember?
Hey, C-Mac.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that restaurant on the corner next to Boys Market on Western and Manchester that had a bar attached to it?
Shit, I forgot the name of it.
Man, me too. My dad used to take me there, man. I cannot remember the fucking name of it. I think the club was called Players Club, huh?
Let's go to the best gambler in Texas. Subscribe to the best gambler in Texas. Crash 4, Part 4. Not here.
Man, it's straight from the bottom, bitch, what do you mean? Ain't popping no bar, bitch, I'm full of that lean. I'm at the store with that Glock in my jeans. Nigga try me, I'ma clear the whole scene. I hit your block, it's a hit, I'ma run niggas out with that
chopper, that bitch some machine. Ride with that KB, we straight like green. Running this shit since a motherfucking preach. Whole pint in the 20, whole bottle OD. Big homies start snitching, so now I'm OG. These niggas just capping, ain't busting no heat. Bitch, I been thugging since I was 4 feet. Heard a pussy niggas say gon' take my chain, better than get shot if he reach. Brick gon' pop it till my dog get released. Bitch, I'm a boss, boy, you broke, you a leak. For the police, like gang, we the mob. Ain't going to court, make them hoes do their job. I don't give a fuck about that rap shit, I'm really a trapper. I ever go broke, I'm a rob. I know you watching me, sitting back, plotting on robbing me. Listen, boy, you better stop. EBK can't fuck a slob in the crowd. Get you out with your daughter and shoot up your slab. You know I'm still crippin'. Knock on me, bitch, I'm not slipping on.
Oh, he's a crip.
I heard that, man. I'm gonna bring it back. He getting down. I'm gonna bring it back.
I don't give a fuck about that rap shit, I'm really a trapper. I ever go broke, I'm a rob. I know you watching me, sitting back, plotting on robbing me. Listen, boy, you better stop. EBK can't fuck a slob in the crowd. Get you out with your daughter and shoot up your slab. You know I'm still crippin'. Glock on me, bitch, I'm not slipping, I'm dripping, little bitch, I don't dab. Draco bullets hit his face like a jab. Knife on the chopper, too close, you get stabbed. Boy, you a joke, you get smoked, nigga. Laugh. Fun nigga play, we gon' cut him in half. VVS diamond water like a motherfucking raft. Also hard #1 in the trap.
Been running to the money, hurting my calf. Dirty on me like I ain't took a bath. Ain't stressing no bitch, I'm in love with the Been back in the work and investing in glass. Fuck the rapping, boy, these niggas be capping. We catch them in traffic, I swear we gon' crash. Hit a nigga in the shit through the glass. They clip on that bitch look like nicks on giraffe. These niggas act like they be with it, I really get sick of these niggas. I keep a stick, I get the whipping these niggas. I hit a lick and get a brick just to flip it and shit on a nigga. These niggas be faking and hating, they love having conversation with bitches on pillows. Fuck on that hoe, then I quit her. He cuffing the lover and that probably the reason he bitter. Sometimes I feel like I really be losing my focus a little. I had to get back on my dribble. I had to get back, rolling and rolling like I'm on a jigger. Don't run up on me, cause we want that smell like a swish. Chopper, poppy, crappie right out the pitch. Catch him slipping while he chilling with strippers. Leave him limping like he full of that liquor.
Right.
He from Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. They'll learn. But hey, it happens all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen again. But the reason this one hit so many people so hard that maybe there should be a change. There's some rules to this shit.
Ain't no
Because
change.
the shit they do is not anarchy.
Man, what the fuck? Hey, listen, if it was rules, motherfuckers, everybody, the game wouldn't be fucked up. What the hell you talking about? Ain't no fucking rules, man. Ain't no fucking rules.
No rules, no honor. There's no rules, no honor. So why everybody met on Big Meech here? If that's the case,
because it ain't no rules. It's real fuck niggas out here playing. And I ain't talking about this situation. I'm just speaking on just real shit that I know for a fact.
But you know, in the same sentence, you will know that you cannot make it to a certain level unless you have some kind of honor.
That's a fact.
So you know,
for that. But the point I'm
I believe
making,
that.
the point I'm making though is this right here. You know, when the last time you seen some real honor amongst thieves?
It's rare, but I've seen it. It's rare, but I've seen it.
Recently?
No. I'm out the game.
That's all I'm saying.
Is we're not embracing our nature. We are embracing the nature of somebody foreign to us. But we don't know who we are.
I'm looking crazy.
When you find out who you are, you'll stop hating yourself and your brother.
What do you mean by that, man?
Taking you to the vet, buddy.
If you realize who you are and where you actually from, there's no way you can hate your brother. It's impossible.
But the blood and cripping and
it's
shit
impossible,
bro. The blood and cripping got to stop.
To hate my brother.
Yeah. Okay. Bloods and Crips. What I was saying, the point I was going to make earlier is that the CIA, the FBI allowed that. It was not. It was allowed. But if you allow yourself to,
do you know where? Let me tell you where it came from, bro. It came from the Black Panthers as unity, and we used it for bullshit.
That kind of proves my point because it was full of goddamn informants and shit like that. People pay big money to overthrow it.
Hey,
Did you see
what
that?
you know about? What you know about Rampart?
I got beat up by him, and they planted drugs on me and threw me in the jail. What else you want to know?
What else you know about him? That's it. You remember the truth? Y'all remember the truth?
They said Rampart is some dirty motherfuckers. They beat me up, planted drugs on me, and threw me in jail.
Only one I've heard the truth was great was Watts.
Rampart was the hardest game in LA for a minute.
Yep. As should.
They were doing more thuggery than all the gangs combined.
Hey, what do y'all think? Hey, what do y'all think it should?
What about him?
Illuminati, nigga. I said it. Whether he knew it or not.
Illuminati.
Man, they put a price out there for everybody. If you take the price, then they got.
No, Suge didn't play the game.
They are not
properly.
looking.
That's all that
in our
was.
best interest.
He didn't play the game.
Suge didn't know he was getting it. Suge was like a he was pretty much a freeway Rick. He had free range. But he cleared up a lot of shit in the rap game that motherfucker was doing. Why was he? Okay. Look, my question is then, why he get to do it?
House niggas is cultivated.
Why you get to do what, my brother?
They're not born house niggas. Well, sometimes
get niggas off contracts and all that shit. That shit that he was doing, but the shit that he was doing was over the top. He was almost like he was the law turned a blind eye to what he was doing. The feds watching everything these niggas doing. They probably saw Eazy get his ass whooped and injected with AIDS. They probably got the Tupac murder on video. They watching everything.
Man, you think they ain't? You think watching Tupac get shot up?
Yep. All that shit is good, but you won't see it in this truck, but release the goddamn tape.
First thing happened when you come into the industry, they give you a vice.
Yep.
Whatever that vice is, they grow that vice, and they watch and they film that vice. And the minute
you're
you
a rich slave,
leave, they got you.
It's pretty dumb to sign a record deal contract. It's better to go independent.
Bro, when they say signing it in blood, signing your soul, that's more real than people realize.
Hey, you seen John Wick with us sign everything in blood?
Who?
John Wick.
Oh.
They sign everything in blood.
Who was John Wick?
John Wick, the movie. With John Wick 3.
Yeah.
He kept signing this thing in blood, had to pull out his goddamn little case.
Yeah.
They try to just introduce you to the shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. But that shit is real. Because they kept saying in the movie, separates us from the animals. Separates us from the animals and that kind of shit.
Bruh. It's so much real shit that you think is fake, and there's so much fake shit that you think is real, and they did all that on purpose to have you confused as to who the fuck you are and who the fuck they are.
Hey, just don't get fucked out your afterlife.
There you go.
How does that work?
Okay, let me talk now. Okay, it's my turn. The afterlife. Everybody talk about Musk, Trump, the Rothschilds, all the rich people, Howard Hughes, all that. Okay, we don't see the stuff Hitler, all the stuff they did. That afterlife, heaven or hell, ooh-wee. That's what it is. Heaven or hell.
They know something we don't know, and that's why they live their life according to that law, not the ones that we live.
Yeah, but man, when you answer to God, oh my goodness.
What you don't do, and what you do under this racism that they refuse to call Satanism, if you're a Christian,
We only stopped believing in reincarnation when we became Christians. Prior to that, all of us believed in reincarnation.
Well, the word belief comes into everything. What you believe, what you don't believe. But what are you supposed to believe and not to believe if you've been misled?
Well, if reincarnation is true, then you probably come back in a reincarnated state to address your own karma. And the best way that would happen is you come back in your own bloodline over and over and over again. And if you do that, set up your bloodline to live a different lifestyle, when they come back, they'll live that lifestyle again. But if you don't leave anything for your bloodline, you'll come back in that same state of poverty again and again.
Yes, it's a book I read called The Egyptian Book of Life by Ramses Salim. The author is Ramses Salim. Don't get American book. It's not, because American books are, children's books. But this book described the process. They call that process the process of born, death, and reborn. Something like that. I'm drinking, but it's you're born, you have a life, and then you reincarnated.
Yeah.
Because you put on this earth to attain enlightenment.
To ascend. Until you ascend, you keep coming back.
Yeah, you become enlightened. Enlightenment. What does enlightenment mean?
It means to become a sentient being where you have understanding of all life and the actual weight of life.
Yeah, the people that are enlightened are trying to keep people that are not enlightened to not become enlightened, which is probably the purpose of racism. They can stay in power.
You feel that you hurting anyone is actually hurting yourself, because everything is.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna come in here and change the subject of the show, man. I was talking about what was I talking about before I got here? Because I don't want to come in here with my bullshit. The business ain't said that in a half hour.
Life and death. That's what's on the screen right now.
Oh yeah. I'm not a Christian. I'm a Taoist.
Then you totally understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know how I found Taoism?
How?
Okay, 2,000 years ago, Joshua ben Joseph died on the cross. So what I did was I just spent the globe. What was going on the other side of the world? Whoa! They already got a established civilization. I already know what the fuck they're doing. They didn't survive any invaders and all kind of shit that happened. Whoa!
Yeah, I studied a little thin.
Yeah, we shouldn't be where we at in time as a whole.
But they built a wall, so that colonization didn't happen to them and set them back.
And they had their own land.
And they had a wall that blocked the invaders. For so many years, man, I thought that Buddha had a helmet on his head until I realized those fucking naps.
Yeah, but naps.
Oh my God, Buddha black as fuck.
Out here in the Philippines, they have what they call the Itas. ITAL, the Itas. I met some of them, man. You ever see a black dude, an Asian black dude with an afro on his head?
Yeah.
I met them personally here. I gave him a couple bucks.
Them the originals.
Yes, they teach that in history class. They're not racist. You have to respect their culture for you to respect them.
Well, I mean, racism is a white construct.
Racism is Satanism. And Christian church won't call it that outright. Racism is Satanism. It's the easiest trick of the devil. You don't look like me.
I was thinking, how evil and wicked is it to actually hold somebody in bondage for no reason other than that person is a different skin color, and you hold them in bondage for years, and their children in bondage, and you pass their children on to your children. Like, it's the thing to do, and you cool with it. Like, how wicked is that?
The whites did it, but also the Arabs did it.
And think about how wicked they must have been on a sexual tip. to have them to do anything that they wanted whenever they wanted, and no accountability.
That's another devil trick. They were so spoiled and high on themselves. They tricked themselves into thinking they was gods.
They still kind of believe it.
See how that works out for them.
Whenever Karen interrupts your life for no reason other than she wants to interrupt your life, it's because she thinks she's superior to you.
Well, I tell Karen, I'm a veteran, bitch.
When a cop harasses you, it's because he thinks he's superior to you.
I'm a veteran, bitch.
They don't give a fuck if you're a veteran. You got black skin, they're gonna harass you.
Yeah.
Well, I already got I got some of my record behind that shit. They look my shit up. They leave it alone.
Hey, my grandfather was a World War II vet. I wish you could ask him what he felt when he came back.
Oh yeah, I know the betrayal. That's why I said, man, when I got my pension, man, I got the fuck out of here.
My great uncle was a Tuskegee Airman.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I met one of them at the LAX airport. I met one. What come out of jump school?
Woodrow Crockett.
I can't remember his name. We had a cold conversation about 10 minutes. We had a cold conversation. Cause he saw me in a beret. I ain't got no goddamn medals or nothing. I ain't got shit. He in a wheelchair and he got all kind of medals. So me and him, when he saw me, he was like, he's smiling at me and shit. So I came over to talk to him. We had a cold, like, little 10-minute conversation, man. But I was just goddamn I was like an E2. I got my little beret and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just finished jump school and shit. They got no crest on that motherfucker, man. We had a good conversation, man, about black soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was so proud of me, man.
Yo. All right, open the door.
If you don't want to go to trade school and if you don't want to go to college, man, just go to the military. Just go in there and serve to get down. They're discouraging you from going right now. They don't want you to go. You under this, but I don't want to.
Partner. Trump is finna start a draft at 18.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so why? I don't want to go to the Middle East at all.
Go sit down.
I'll go anywhere else.
Trump finna start a draft, partner.
You only start a draft when you plan on going to war.
It's finna be a war. What you talking about?
Yeah, but Americans are so fucked up. Who they gonna send? Because the average American is a weak, combat, ineffective motherfucker.
And this division has made America weaker than people realize.
Well, I guess you could be sending them gray boys. You got like AI technology and shit, and robots fighting your shit, but it's a military fact that China can make 10,000 drones a day, and that's not including robot soldiers and robot dogs and shit. So we just don't know.
Lay down. Hey. Lay down.
But China prefers a trade war over a real war.
Okay. Everybody does. Nobody really wants to lose life like that. But, how else is the industrial complex going to make their cheese? War is profitable to the winner.
Yeah, but there's nothing in it for the American people.
Because America been losing.
There's nothing in going to war for American people. You're saying it for the Vietnam, so you gotta be able to sell the war, and niggas they see through everything. They see through 9/11. They see through this NATO bullshit. They see through everything. It's hard to sell a war.
Yeah, because social media.
Yeah,
the world too connected.
Yeah, it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell a war.
If you could sell,
I remember maybe I remember probably about 13 years ago. They already had said about World War III. Why they keep on repeating World War III over and over like it's a new war every time? It's the same motherfuckers. We ought to be on 5 or 6 or 7 by now.
You don't understand what that means then. Because a war means everybody in the world is involved in the war. That's what they mean, world war.
They said that
That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened since World
Yeah, I think
What I'm
society.
saying. But the news said World War III has
Hey,
begun.
get out of there. No, it
Society,
hasn't happened.
society
The
has
reason that it
advanced.
hasn't happened is because of NATO. But now the NATO's about to be tore up because of your boy. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, but that might be Europeans fighting each other,
Oh no, it's gonna be the Axis.
or it might be get your hands off Africa.
And this time we're gonna be on the side of the Axis, not the Allies.
This is crazy, man.
I know.
Because because it'd be World War III. It'd be World War III, and niggas going off to war, and niggas are still killing each other on the street.
How do you feel with taking everybody out of the penitentiary and dropping them off in the middle in the desert for war?
They'll get slaughtered.
Why?
It's gonna always be one. It's gonna always be one stupid motherfucker that's gonna try to blow the whole damn thing up.
Because for one, if you're a soldier, you got to have discipline.
And you know, being a street soldier is entirely different from being in the military.
Yeah, you got
Man,
orders.
I was blessed. I was blessed to see real leadership, real black leadership. Niggas in charge, shit, running right, shit. It was almost deceptive to see that shit. But I know how good it can be and how possible it is to see real black leadership. And niggas in charge because my battalion was all the upper brass was Vietnam vets.
Man, don't you know that's why they desegregated the troops? Because when it was an all black troop, we shine harder than the white troops.
Yeah, there's
We
when I went
liberated France.
in my unit, they looked down upon because the same person you talking shit about is gonna be the same nigga that saved your life.
Yeah, but it was with the black troops, like the Tuskegee Airmen. They outflew all the white troops. So they had to break that shit up. Like, oh no, you can't keep these niggas together. They outshine us, especially when they together as a group. That goes back way to to the Civil War. You know,
Man, niggas can stick together real tough when the
once
situation.
in World War II, bro, when we went into France and we liberated France, black troops.
Oh
bro,
yeah,
France loved us, but America hated that we did that. We outshine white troops.
Yeah, yeah, maybe they shouldn't. Oh my, hey man, I ain't gonna nothing.
Yeah, the Tuskegee squadron never lost a bomber. They was
Yep.
losing bombers left and right, and put the Tuskegee on them, and they did not lose a bomber, bro. Again, outshine the shit out of them, just like we do in the Olympics. When you watch the Olympics now, it's all Africa. Every team is Africa. America's Africa, Jamaica's Africa, France is Africa, United States is Africa. It's all Africans running with different names on their back, but they are Africans. We shine like that.
Cutting up ice for my drink.
Yeah, I know. You know, back in like the 30s and 20s and stuff like that, they was or mainly like the 30s and 40s. I ain't gonna say the 20s, but 30s and 40s, they was really mad how America was winning the Olympics like that because they was using all white athletes. A lot of the countries had all white athletes. America had, you know, they
Jesse
might
Owens.
integrate a lot of sports, but
Jim Thorpe.
Olympics they integrated for the win for sure.
Yeah, Jesse Owens fucked up the Olympics.
Jesse Owens fucked them up.
And ever since then, who always wins the 100? Have you ever seen a white dude win the 100 or the 200?
Forget about it.
Have you ever seen that? Or even the 400? The 100, 200, 400. You ever see a white dude win any of those? Never. And then the long distance, it's always a Kenyan or an Ethiopian or a Somalian.
People that train their whole life. The fastest anybody around them
It's the
come get
melanin,
blown
bro.
out.
It's the melanin. Look how golf was for all of them years until Tiger Woods got in there. Yeah. BJ Singh. Look at tennis. How long it was? All them years. Tennis. And then the Williams sisters got in there. What happened? Arthur Ashe. When Arthur Ashe got in there, they shut it down after Arthur Ashe. It was like, no more niggas. No more niggas. But then the Williams sisters came along and they're like, damn. We said no more niggas. Look what they do to us.
Incredible record. Serena Williams.
Football and basketball used to be all white. Imagine that. It was all white. Football and basketball.
Dr. J came.
But they just moved into the coach's position and the owner's box. They run, nigga, run. It's kind of like when you're on a plantation and you like, you're the master, and you got your overseer, and then you got your slaves in the field. Football's not that much different. You got the slaves in the field, you got the coach who's the overseer, and the owner, he's the master. They're just getting paid now.
Well, I mean, but that's in it 9 to 5. Oh shit.
Yeah, but the best man is not getting the job.
Not really.
But Trump is speaking on that though. He said they about to change that. They about to make it so it's not going to be about race or any of that bullshit. It's going to be about the best man who qualifies.
I know that's what you heard. But what they actually said is, we're not giving no more niggas jobs.
I'm not here to argue.
No more niggas jobs.
I'm not here to argue. That's what he said. I'm not arguing.
It's an argument, but it's not an argument. But Muhammad Ali wanted to start a car company, but it was seriously they don't want that competition. They don't want that. But we be the justice right now.
You know they fired all the niggas in charge of the military, right?
You lying.
It's the Air Force.
Ronan?
The Air Force, I heard about. I don't know about the rest of them.
All the niggas who had positions of power.
Ron, dude, something wrong with your microphone. Dude, your mic's bloated.
All right, I'm gonna drop that shit. I'll be right back.
No. Fix it and come right back. We're trying to hear you. Hey, listen, they fired a lot of people. It wasn't just black folks and nothing like that, man.
And women, and a lot of women too. Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. Lay your ass down. You going to obedience. You're gonna be acting right. Why you just didn't do that a minute ago? This motherfucker.
Yeah. Guess a lot going on, man.
We see what we want to see.
That's it. That's always easy to say it, man. That's always easy to say it.
There's the one thing I learned in Vipassana the first time I went was Vipassana teaches you to see things as they are and not what you want them to be. And then it changes your perspective on everything.
Mm-hmm. What did you call it?
Vipassana.
Vipassana.
Yeah. A 10-day silent meditation. No religion involved, just silent meditation. And you go into yourself, deep into who you really are. And you find out that most people don't really like themselves. If you can't sit alone by yourself, you don't like yourself. If you have to call somebody, if you have to see somebody, you don't like yourself. But if you like yourself, man, you can just be in the house all day by yourself chilling, you don't care. Mm-hmm. Days. You can do it days and you don't care. Because you're cool with being with you.
That's real.
But most people are not. Nigga, you better stop. Don't put you outside.
I agree. I need to meditate because when I've learned it, but um, life is so chaotic. I mean, can you imagine meditating in South Central LA with planes flying over you and all that?
Where you at, my brother?
But I'm in the Philippines. I seen a helicopter today. I actually looked up.
You like the Philippines?
Are you
Oh, I
on the
love it. I
water?
want to go home. I tell my wife every day I don't want to go back.
Are
But
you
we
on
got
the
to
Where
go
you
back.
going back to? Where you going back to?
Going to LA in May
Where about in L.A.?
and Norwalk.
Oh, Norwalk is cool.
Yeah, come holler at me,
Norwalk got all the police.
man. She stay around. Her people stay right around the corner from the police station, and all that, and they don't fuck with nobody. They fuck with Mexicans, to tell you the truth.
No. But they court system, everybody got to go to Norwalk.
Yeah, and what you call it, what you call that building,
Yeah, they
where you
see.
got to do all around the corner from the building where you got to get the marriage certificates and all that shit, birth certificates and all that.
How
I still
long you
around the
been
corner
out
from
there,
there.
my brother? How long you been out there?
So my wife, my wife been out for 10
The
years.
Hall of Justice?
What they call that? When you get all your birth certificates, death certificate,
The Hall of
marriage licenses.
Hall of Justice. That's some bullshit.
I be in a cut. I go here, I go there, eat here, eat there. I don't really get a proper taco, burrito like that. Never
Okay,
get a decent hamburger. We bake ribs at home.
yo, you ain't had no okie dog, Rona?
Nah,
Yeah, I fuck with Uncle Tunk all the time. The one on Pico and the one in Hollywood.
Hell
man.
yeah. Okie dog is fire,
Yeah,
bro.
but
Hey,
one
look,
is a job.
I know give me an Uncle Tunk dog. Look, I go over there get an Uncle Tunk dog on Pico, and then I be headed up there like over there off Highland, like out there in Hollywood and shit like that. Man, they got another one up
It's on
there,
Fairfax. I know it's on
Highland and
Fairfax.
Fairfax.
I'm gonna go to Johnny Pastrami when I get back.
It's gone.
Bro.
They
Yeah,
got
they
one in
been
Rancho.
shut that down.
They got
Johnny
one in Rancho Cucamonga.
Hey, Johnny
What?
Pastrami, where they used to, that's where the president used to eat at, right?
It was on
Man,
Adams.
it's
On Adams
that
and
good.
Clayton.
Yeah,
Hey, what
Adams
y'all?
and Pico,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
The
hey, what y'all
president
know
had
about?
hey, look,
What y'all
when
know
you go
about
in there,
Pinky's dog?
the president had a booth with a phone on the seat when you go in there. They had a special seat for the president. I used to get that booth all the time when I went in there.
It was
Bro,
that good.
Yeah, that pastrami
I went
serious.
by, I must have drove by Pinky's maybe thousands of times, bro. Never ate there.
It's incredible.
Is it
Yeah,
that good?
and then
I would see a long line.
you talking about
That's why I
you
go.
talking about penguins over there for
No,
off for
Pinky. Pinky's.
huh?
No,
No,
Johnny
Pinky.
Pastrami.
No, you talking
I
about
know.
Pinky.
No,
I
I
heard
said
Jarvis Strong, but
Pinky's.
they got the penguins fish over there off of what's that what's that Fairfax and High Point, something like that.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, that's good over there. I know you talking about over there by Bishop.
Yeah, by church. Yeah, over there by church. Yeah, yeah. They got that.
That's some good
They
ass
got
shit.
yeah. They got that. They got that figure that yeah. They got that. They got that fish spot. Then they got a Then they got another one.
Yeah, Snoop, you see it over there all the time at that fish spot.
It'd be a cold one in Long Beach. It was that fish spot in Long Beach. It'd be off the
Long
yeah.
Beach got a whole bunch of Jones out there, man.
It's always
I
gonna be
remember I went to this redneck restaurant out there. It's called dang, what's the name of that redneck restaurant in Long Beach? Johnny Rebels or some shit like that. It was something rebel.
I heard of that. Something
Yeah,
rebels.
it was something rebel. You walk in there, they got peanut shells on the floor and shit.
Yeah. Schumer's or some
Schumer's.
shit like that.
Yeah, they got the. It's like it's like it's like burgers, rib wings, all of those shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it
Was
was
it
a pretty
Schumer's?
cool.
Is it Schumer's? I was in Palmdale. About a Schumer's or some shit. You go in there and eat peanuts, throw the shells on the floor. I mean, it's a fire hazard.
Who else did that? Phillips. The sandwich in town. They used to have that peanut shit on the floor.
That Philip
They
barbecue
eat
used to be
peanuts.
scary.
You just eat the peanuts and throw the shell on the floor.
Yeah, they
Phillips.
used to be pretty good.
Phillips, not Phillips. Phillips.
Philippe's, huh? They got this one spot. What was it? The Crazy Monkey. Y'all ever been to the Crazy Monkey?
Nah,
Man,
I
they
have a
got some
crazy
of the
month.
best food you ever eat, man. It's called the Crazy Monkey. Man, it's a little expensive though. You know what I'm saying? Like, $50-$100 plate stuff, but like it's worth it though. Like you get a whole bunch of food. You
Like
know
the
what I'm
Velvet
saying?
Turtle?
Huh?
Velvet Turtle.
Yeah,
No, it ain't.
I ain't
No,
eating
it
no
ain't Velvet
monkey.
Turtle.
I ain't
No,
eating
no,
no
no, no, no,
monkey.
no, no, no. That's just the name, Crazy Monkey. To throw it off,
Oh, okay.
you'll never think it's what it is. When you go in there, it's a real luxurious spot, man.
Oh yeah, I don't go to since COVID hit. I ain't been in no fancy restaurant.
They
I
had a
think
couple
last
good
one I
best.
went to was that Brazilian steakhouse.
So
Man,
Fuego de
Yeah,
Chao?
something like that.
Fuego de Chao?
Yeah, something like that. The chow. It ain't with the chow.
Yeah, Fuego de Chao. Yeah, I eat there all the time. Hey, look, I've been to the one in L.A., the one in Chicago, in New Orleans,
Man, that shit
Atlanta,
like $120 a
and
plate.
D.C. I've been like 5 or 6 different Fuego de Chao.
I'm straight. It
Yeah,
wasn't. You know what? Actually,
they bring you the
it's
food on the
steak you can
skewer.
eat, so that's kind of good.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they bring you the food on the skewer.
Yeah, over and over. They
I
turn
put a
you
cold
like
restaurant out here. They had these big ass platters. We had to wait an hour to get that motherfucker. My wife was mad about this shit ordinary.
man. They're supposed to keep coming around, bringing different cuts. If you got your little, it's like that little hourglass thing. If you got it turned up, they come to your table.
Oh.
If you have it turned down, they won't come. They'll just keep walking by.
Oh, okay. She's gonna bring it today. She's gonna bring. All right.
Shit. But man, I gotta go. I gotta get up early and shit. I got shit to do.
All
Hey
right,
man, good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute.
I know, man. I black love all y'all, man. My pleasure, but black love all y'all.
Likewise, Black.
Right
Appreciate
on, right.
that.
Look at this motherfucker. All right, anyway.
Yeah, hey, we're about to break down why all those hundreds and millions and billions of dollars been going to with the taxpayers' money, man. You guys gotta hear this. Trump,
Yeah, I heard, bro, but if you check the facts, you'll find out that most of it's lies.
Trump wasn't bullshitting. Trump wasn't bullshit about that Social Security.
about none of that shit. Them people
Trump
been
wasn't bullshit about
swindling.
that Social Security.
One will
right.
be rounded
We'll
up
get
and
back to that.
forcibly removed
But I gotta
from our
bounce.
country, or
All right.
if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on. We got to get him out of here. I have already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Has been murdered. That's the thing.
All right.
So what?
All right, let's go to C-SPAN. Subscribe to C-SPAN Presidential Trump full speech to joint session of Congress. Subscribe to C-SPAN. President Trump full speech to Congress. Full speech to joint session. Here's my review. Me personally, when he just said that, I'm not really too. I understand it, but it's a lot of dirt. What if a cop kills somebody? What are we talking about?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, we got him back. We
Trump will
got
get to
him.
that.
We got him
I'm
back.
also asking
He has
for a
to
new crime
have
bill
other
getting
side to that.
tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. they don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
That's deep. Pick IT, brother. Pick IT. Do some coding, brother.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
I want to be one too.
Yo, Trump fuck with your head, don't he?
Yeah. Damn boy.
The fool with it. DJ. What Democrats doing?
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
No more medicine.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget.
Oh, took a jab.
Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our
Look
food
at how I
supply,
got you niggas
and keep
crazy.
our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong, 1 in 36, think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you. Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology. I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth. And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie. And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
That's true. Everybody get this on stuff.
That's a beautiful speech, Trump. But you see how that lane, he got off talking about everything Trump says is lies. I've heard no lies yet.
Man, this message to everybody. This is how you handle your ops. They're looking stupid as fuck.
I'm looking dumb as hell. I mean,
There's money missing. They're gonna find a whole lot more. Now these bad neighborhoods got a lot of bad signs, a lot of bad potholes and all that shit.
Yep.
Trump could fix a pothole. Okay.
Yep. I just went into with my axle into a pothole tonight. That bullshit.
Yeah, but how can Democrats say that everything he doing, he did no good for the country? That's why that Texas bitch got to go. She got to go.
She's trash. That Jasmine Crockett is straight pure mammy trash bullshit.
She took the bag, and now she got to say what they say. But they ain't talking
Uncle
about shit.
Ruckus is talking. Uncle Ruckus is talking.
Man, I can't
So
stand
every American don't need 5Gs.
because they all puppets for white dudes. Man, listen, man, she ain't. They put somebody black in y'all face and y'all just eat that shit up like some black eyed peas, like it's just a deal. These motherfuckers ain't shit, man. These is white
That's an
folks puppets.
old trick. You're correct. It's an old trick.
Yeah, some white folks puppets and like black folks be up here really like just overwhelmed because man, get the fuck out of here, man. I get sick of that shit.
Man,
That
Trump left
shit is straight trash.
Trump left 26,000 motherfuckers broke up their ass because they wasn't doing shit.
They wasn't doing a damn thing but setting up. Look, but robbing the system, and then on top of that, you got to think about this. Look at all the shit that's went down the past 4 years, and nobody said nothing until now. But listen to this speech and listen to the stuff he's about to read off at what they was doing.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better?
And that's not wokeness, by the way. Push pause. Can you push pause?
Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
Hey, keep his pause real quick. Can you pause it?
Yeah, go ahead.
The LGBTQ try to steal woke from us.
They stole Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah. Well, Black Lives Matter was hijacked from the Michael Brown movement,
Yeah.
and then some of them dudes got lynched. And it's probably LGBTQ that did it, not who they think it is. The Illuminati shit, because that's what that shit is.
Yeah.
And black women need to wake up. That's who need to be woke. But they stole the word woke, but they got to come up with something else now. We got to come up with another word because the people were considered asleep. They didn't know what was going on, and they find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They hijacked that. You can continue what I'm saying now. I just want to make that point.
That's what it's though, you know.
Yeah, the woke was in the 80s, 90s. Remember Spike Lee? Wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
Woke ain't no motherfucking full grown ass man battering a woman in a boxing match. That's sadism. Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry about that. Come here, come here. Sorry about that. Stay here. Yeah, I just want to say that, man. You could continue with the program, but woke and a whole lot of words. They take shit like I say. The rainbow was cool in the 70s and 80s. Look, watch Soul Train. They have a rainbow jump shoot.
Well, the rainbow is not new. They just turned it into something else. They just flipped it.
Yeah, but they took every color off the spectrum and took it for themselves. They doing this, they doing that. It's connected to Satanism. It's like vampires. They not like that until something happened to their ass. Other than that, they normal like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
It was normal at one time.
Vampires.
It's a metaphor for vampires. The LGBTQ shit and all the other shit, Satanism.
Oh yeah.
Until something happened to them. It's too shameful to talk about.
Yep. Well, I'm glad that Trump is against that shit, but the majority of them voted for him.
Well, he didn't lie about nothing. He was worried about what he was going to do. Because Trump is the greatest president who so thus far, because he not even on black people's ass. He not blaming everything on black people and this and that. He don't get things a certain way, and when he get them a certain way, he gonna blame black people for it. At the end of this 4 years, niggas gonna have jobs.
Niggas got jobs now.
No, they don't. Because them jobs left for them kids 30 years ago. I was there. I remember. I seen this shit go.
I will also
He was
take
there
historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Fuck around, fight a diamond mine.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
Okay, this part from here on is what I wanted you guys to watch, and I'm glad you guys are here with me to kind of peep in. Everybody up here got sense. I want you to hear the next 20 minutes. I want you to really listen to the next 20 minutes of what he's about to say.
after the Elon Musk and everything. But like when he starts talking about numbers, I want you to listen to this. Where all that money's been going. They got they was paying like millions and tens of millions of dollars to a life expectancy company. This motherfucker said he was 360 years old. They was getting like $10, $20 million. I gotta hear it.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Go!
Great idea. Can you pause 1 second? Look, man, you can't have the CIA investigate the CIA, the FBI investigate the CEI, the Department of Justice investigate the Department of Justice.
Okay, can I say something too?
That's a conflict of interest.
Okay, let me say this right here. Elon Musk just lost $90 billion. You think he ain't gonna take that back from somewhere?
It's a minor setback for him.
He's gonna
I don't trust Elon Musk.
He's gonna get it back from the American people. That man just lost $90 billion.
He's rich off government contracts.
Did you hear what I said? He lost $90 billion, so he's gonna get it back out of America one way, some way, somehow.
He can afford that. It's better than Soros. Soros is worse than him. But at least he's willing to come up and clean some of this shit up. This could all be New World Order shit. But right now, what they saying, clean the motherfucker up, man. And maybe the right people get the right job to push shit forward.
So you say you don't trust Musk?
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
He said gallery tonight.
Well, Elon Musk is running Trump.
I don't trust him, but I trust him and Doge cleaning up the government.
He's working very hard.
This could
He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
That's Fauci. That was Fauci.
This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia, $14 million for social cohesion in Mali, $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. You know what we're doing. We should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things.
Was that Pelosi
Taken
there?
back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning.
Oh, damn wish.
The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby. Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going, and it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it. With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again. And any federal bureaucrat who resists change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over. And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax. Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it, a very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors. And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America. And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world. And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term. If you don't make your point in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer. Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA. And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people. And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt.
Salute, boss.
Or any other reason you want to. Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen. And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steel worker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama. Jeff Denard has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States. Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John. Thank you all very much. Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policy, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Lakin was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and murdered. Lakin was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Lakin's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Man, that's bullshit. They just happy to be there.
Well, a lot of people just happen to be there, but you see who's sitting beside the
but
first
she lost
lady.
her daughter. No, wait, man, come on. She lost her daughter. She's sitting up there smiling.
Let me ask
that
you
shit
something.
ain't even normal.
I got a new cat.
Go ahead, Deuce.
You want to see her? You want to see her? Hey, I'm gonna show you the house. SendaRoni offline. I got a new cat. Let me show you. Show you the cat. Come.
Yeah, that woman lost her daughter. She's sitting up there motherfucking smiling.
Her name is Celine.
Nice.
Oh yeah, she's one of the expensive cats. I don't know about cats, but I think she's expensive.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you a lie. I looked at her eyes. She definitely looked expensive.
Oh yeah,
she had like a Mountain Dew green eye, something like that. Brown eyes.
Yeah, they took her to my wife's sister's house, and that bitch fought all night. That bitch with the business. But if you think Trump is not going to deal with police brutality, you are sadly mistaken. He only been in office 3 months, 2 months, 2 going on 3 months. He's going to deal with every problem that Americans have. Now, he done dealt with the cartels already. They make another move, nigga. You gonna be
my whole thing about that police shit is if you get the death penalty for killing them, what the fuck they get for killing you?
No, he gonna deal with that. He's working a deal because bad police are gonna get fired. Bad police are going to get fired. It's not gonna be a police corruption. You see what's going on in Alabama. You see what's going on in Mississippi, where they basically RICO. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Let them get pumped up off that bullshit. Watch what happens. Because we're dealing with leadership here, government leadership, to where if you don't listen to him, he's gonna deal with you. They gonna hate themselves. What are you looking for? Oh, hold on. It's probably in your room. But he gonna deal with it. It's not. People say, well, he's saying this and saying that, but he's not gonna deal with this and that. What's real? Give the man a little bit of time. He gonna deal with it. They gonna hang themselves.
What do you mean?
They gonna hang themselves.
Got nothing to move.
Now, a lot of people I'm hearing from other places saying he's a white Christian, Protestant imperialist, but he got to respect some of the rules that are going on. Now, just think about English being the official language. That's a him, them, they shit. This is not the lady on the bus speaking Spanish. They're gonna take it that way, but that's just what he's coming against. You know what I'm saying? Trump got all the cards, man. But
wait a minute, how you think he's stopping the cartel?
The border cut off for one. So it's not billions of dollars are being lost in Mexico to the mafia from that money going straight up white people's nose.
Yeah, that tariff was gonna stop the cartel. It's gonna slow them down for sure.
Yeah, what
How?
the tariff is from these cartels started business. They still getting the money.
It's gonna
Undercut a lot
starve.
of niggas,
It's gonna starve them out. Correct?
but they getting starved out. They gonna sell that shit somewhere else.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go somewhere else because they can't get
Yeah,
through.
they sell over the world, so I don't think they hurting. Any country done enough to take that shit, that shit going right to goddamn Europe. But the days of cutting your own population in half through drugs is over in the United States, if he gets his way.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. That bad dope shit, I don't blame him about that shit. Like them motherfuckers need to be put down. You put like that. This shit is crazy. It shouldn't look. That shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
cocaine was cool,
All
but
these
now it's something else.
overdoses, all these bad drugs and shit, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Cocaine wasn't even cool, but it was something else, stronger drug, you know, designer drugs, and then it's stronger drug. Now it's got fentanyl, now it's got this and that. Now when they get to cutting the white population in half through that fentanyl shit, he gonna cut that shit. Everybody's gonna benefit from that. Now, the double-edged sword the Democrats dealt. Yeah, Democrats gonna take their niggas sorry as fuck right now, but it's because they ain't do enough. Now you think in 4 years?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's deep. Yeah, that's deep.
My bad. Can you hear me? Mic check.
Mic check 1, 2.
Oh yeah, he gonna clip the Republican Party too. Now, is the beginning or the end of the New World Order? We gonna find out, but it's not gonna continue the
What'd you
way
say?
it's
Is it
going
the beginning or the end?
of the New World Order. I don't know.
Hmm. Why would you think it? Why would you think it would be the end?
Because by a certain year we're going to crypto. The China's in crypto. All the advanced countries are already in crypto. You go to China and order your dinner off your cell phone. They drop it off in a box and you come get it.
So you telling me you paying for dinner with Bitcoin?
They ain't using no money at all. Oh, that's old folks shit. In China, old folks use money. You pull out 50 racks to throw up in the strip club. Niggas gonna be paying with crypto. They make it rain with crypto.
Shit.
That's a bad bitch, SendaRoni. That's a bad bitch. That shit. Hey, dude, the donor showed up on a teleprompter, nigga. This book made it rain. He was an NFL player, man. I like fucking with him. What's his name? Pac-Man. Them days was over, son.
Pac-Man Jones.
Pac-Man
What about
Jones. I
what about
Hey, who
fucking?
is that? Hey,
love
who
that
is
nigga.
that? Hey, who is that? Who is that in the NFL finna get the man caught with his wife and talking about he ruined her?
Oh, Steve Smith?
No, it wasn't Smith. It was somebody else.
I don't. Steve Smith from Panthers got caught with some shit.
It just happened to Steve Smith.
I think I knocked out an IUD or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, who knocked out an IUD?
Steve Smith.
Stephen A. Smith?
Hell no. Steve Smith from Carolina Panthers. The Ravens hog, nigga. From Santa Monica College, nigga.
He just knocked out a girl's IUD?
Well, I don't know. That was I seen in the headline. I thought it was funny.
But
But
was it Stephen Smith?
no. Stephen A.
It's a
Smith is
player named Steve Smith.
Stephen Smith. It's
Anchor.
impossible for him to do something like that. But Steve Smith, He was fucking somebody's wife and got caught.
Yeah,
Crying.
that's him. That's him.
The football player Steve Smith.
Hey, I seen that on this show.
Yeah, I just talked about it. He was up here. I don't know why he brought it back up. He was just up here talking about it.
So what happened to Steve Smith?
He got caught cheating. He got caught cheating. But yeah, but his wife was down with him like a real bitch. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up fucking this gray girl. He got caught.
I mean, him and the wife look alike, so you gotta get what's happening.
I don't know, man. You know, if you get a grateful broad, man, you better for him to do that. It's better him.
I'm not saying that's the reason to do it. Look, the motherfucker got to fuck something. I don't think he did. I don't think he did the worst thing on earth. You know.
He did. If he got a good woman.
I mean, look at how you want to look at it.
Hey, you's a pimp, so that's a different goddamn, you know. But nigga, hey.
It ain't even on that level. It's just more.
Allegedly.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, alleged nigga done met. Nigga, who you met? Who you met? Took my hat off to you and said, "Nigga, SendaRoni."
Hey, hold on. Whoa, shit, man. What you talking about?
Knock the shit off SendaRoni, nigga. Knock the shit off SendaRoni. You understand pimpology 101, 102. What you got a PhD in the shit.
It's a lot worse. It's a lot. All I'm saying is it's a lot worse. He could have done. Him sleeping with the dance coordinator or some shit like that. That's that shit ain't nothing.
That's regular NFL shit. But niggas know they should be fucking with the cheerleaders. Niggas know they should be fucking with niggas know in the NFL they shouldn't be fucking with the cheerleaders.
That part right there. Like, come on.
Come on, man.
There. Like I said, him and the wife look just alike, man.
That's a rookie move. That's a rookie move.
Well, I mean, no, they was doing cool. The lady husband broke in her phone and did all that. So that's how that was. He couldn't have stopped
it. Why he breaking her phone? I would never look in the bitch phone.
Me neither, but he went in her phone because he probably knew she was fucking cheating on him.
Let me find out some shit like that, nigga. That nigga, I wouldn't be recording. He would for the extortion. Yeah, I need to get paid, nigga. Come in the house with a goddamn wet pussy and no cash, bitch.
Man, he put the bitch all on social media and everything. Everybody going for divorce and all that. Everybody, he fucked that bitch up.
Man, obviously she couldn't produce the funding to stop that shit. Yeah, nigga, hey, how many times you fuck? 3? I want 3 million. And I know you got it. I hook you with an investment or something. And then when he see one investment, I give him my bitch. Bitch, pack your shit and go over there. Cause y'all so goddamn smart. SendaRoni, come take this bitch. Put that bitch in the corner of goddamn 64th and Cottage Grove. You fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck you think you fucking with?
I'm gonna put her on Polanski.
Nigga, Figueroa and Imperial, cuz knock it off. Knock the shit off. But I'm gonna need this pain to go away. And this pain is gonna cost a couple million.
I heard that, but all in all, man, everything was good, man. I think, I'm gonna wrap up this show, but I think that situation earlier with Lil Ronnie, I think he was, just the daughter was just a victim of the situation, but he's on records talking about killing other people with their daughter in the car too.
Hey man, this happens. Yeah, but I know, but this happens all the time. But this one got mothers hurt, or sisters hurt, or families hurt. And could it lead to a change?
That's the whole thing about it. They encourage that gangster shit, but when it happened, all of a sudden, this what you doing. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of
Hey,
here.
hey, as a soldier, nigga, if it come to my ops, nigga, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, man. I wouldn't give a fuck either. But they would have to
That's
do
what I'm saying.
something.
Real shit. Like, come on.
They have to do something more than that bullshit.
Man,
Hey,
let me
mate,
tell you
talk
something.
about some, you really have to kill one of my loved ones for me to do that to you.
Yeah, what's up? Like, ain't no way for them to want to kill him that bad. It had to be serious.
Well, they did that. They did that to hurt somebody else. But anyway, it was sloppy and messy, and on top of that, it got national headlines. So, somebody go snitch, and that family's gonna be crying when that nigga's gone. The best thing for them to do is blame it all on one person. He take the goddamn heat.
But it's two people, so they go find out who it was. But I'm gonna tell you like this. You gotta check this out, right? The people that did that, I guarantee you they gonna wind up being some kids. They gonna wind up being like 13, 17. They gonna be some babies. I guarantee it.
It's just like Pop Smoke, and that's what I'm saying. Snoop alluded to this. They're gonna get a kid to do the shit, and the law used to be like, when you get a certain age, you get out. Don't worry, don't trip.
Oh yeah.
But then say you charge as an adult, that's when the snitches start. Yeah. But I want to know why all black people come on Ricos and nobody else.
Shit, man, you already know why.
It's gotta be in the room now.
You already know why.
Hey, y'all see Puff lawyers leaving him because his son is fucking up.
Puff lawyers is sweated by the Illuminati. They better
I
throw
ain't
everything.
heard say what now, see, Mike?
They leaving him because his son keep fucking up.
What you mean?
Son is doing the same shit.
He getting caught doing free calls?
Fucking up hotel rooms and partying and drugging bras.
Oh, that's bad. How you teach your kid to do shit like that?
And his father in jail, so they like, okay. They gonna bring his kid to jail too. Watch and see.
No mama, none of that shit. That nigga is fucked up. That's a fucked up, dysfunctional black Illuminati victim of racism bullshit. What a mess. No fraternity gonna save him.
I heard they had arrested Puff's mama and nobody knew about it. They trying to bring her in on the shit too.
Hey man, some of this shit is slander. Let's not get it twisted.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Some of this shit is slander.
Slander, man. But I've always felt like this. If you got a drug abroad, you're a weak motherfucker. Especially if you're a billionaire.
They all came to the party like, oh, what's going on? What's going to happen?
You're a billionaire and popular. You ain't got drug no broad, man.
Man, how much money he gave to the community?
What?
How much money he gave to the community? Anybody said Puffy open up a store? Nothing.
Nah,
or Jay-Z. Rockaware was all over the nation. Where's the Rockaware store at?
What happened?
50 Cent, G Unit, all over the nation. Everybody rocking this shit. I liked it. I liked G Unit clothes at the time. It was better than Carhartt, Dickies, all that shit, right? Where the store at? Where's the G Unit clothing store?
Everybody don't want a store.
Everybody want a store is a democratic answer, sir. Where the goddamn store at?
They never had no store. You had to buy their shit at wherever they sold clothes at.
No. It wasn't in no goddamn JC Penney's.
It was.
Bullshit.
G
About a goddamn Rockaware
G-Unit,
motherfucking
Sean
sweat at
John,
no
Rock,
goddamn
all
Macy's
that shit
cities,
was in
nigga.
J.C. Penney's and Macy's.
That nigga had no goddamn bush. I gotta look. Let me research this shit.
Man, what the hell you talking about?
Nigga, they went no goddamn rock. You had to go to the store, not the store, the store to
Man,
get that shit. It was
man,
all over the place, nigga.
no, Sean John, all that shit was up at Macy's. Sean John, G-Unit, Rockaware was all at Macy's, J.C. Penney's, all that shit, man. Journeys, all that.
You know, because you bought it from there?
Yeah.
I never looked at that from there, nigga. You must be crazy paying them prices at there for that shit. I get that shit have got there swap meet.
I ain't wearing no knockout, man. Man, you know how much a fucking shit, man, you know how much a Gucci belt costs, man? A motherfucking Versace belt, nigga. Motherfucker. Ferragamo, nigga. You know how much a Ferragamo belt costs? Okay. One thing about fashion, it never depreciates. You can always fuck with it, no matter what time. You could go to the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. If it was the top of the line fashion back then, you can pull it off right now. Bottom line, that's what fashion does. High end fashion, not that bullshit. You know, it's real tough. Don't get it fucked up, man. Let's go to Law and Crime Network. Let's go to 11 horrific claims in wealthy real estate, brother sex trafficking case.
The Alexander brothers, once prominent figures in luxury real estate and the world of private security, are facing yet another new wave of lawsuits amid growing allegations of sexual assault and sex trafficking. As their criminal trial approaches, new lawsuits filed last week expand the accusations to include even their parents and business connections, further deepening their legal troubles. But here's the question: will it actually work? Will cases proceed? We'll break it all down for you right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so in a major development, 7 new lawsuits have been filed against Tal Alexander, Oren Alexander, and Alon Alexander, the 3 brothers at the heart of an expanding legal battle involving multiple allegations of sexual assault. And these lawsuits, which were filed just days before a critical legal deadline, which we'll talk about, mark the latest twist in a growing legal storm that now includes, by our count, at least 24 separate lawsuits against Oren and Alon, who are twins, and their older brother Tal. Now, the lawsuits were submitted or filed on Friday night. This was hours, just hours, before a midnight cutoff and a last-minute decades-old accusations. But the timing is significant because the window for filing certain claims under New York law, it is now officially closed. And these new filings have expanded the scope of this story, shifting focus beyond the brothers themselves to now include, apparently, their parents, their family business, and even their former employer. One of the newly filed lawsuits not only names Tal and Oren Alexander, but also includes their parents, Shlomi and Orly Alexander, as defendants. They're named there, along also their family business, Kent Security Services, and senior figures at the real estate brokerage Douglas Element, where Tal and Oren previously worked. That is a major development. And of course, this new wave of lawsuits comes on the heels of the Alexander brothers' ongoing legal troubles, which include their arrest back in December on federal charges of sex trafficking. Those charges are part of a broader investigation into an alleged sex trafficking ring. Despite maintaining their innocence, pleading not guilty to all the charges, the brothers currently jailed right now in New York, awaiting trial, which is currently scheduled for early next year. And I want to dive into the specifics of these claims. And we're going to break them down in chronological order, just as we did previously, starting with a particularly unique lawsuit that names all three brothers, their parents, their company, Kent Security Services, and even, as I mentioned, high-ranking figures at Douglas Elliman Realty, Inc. Now, the case, which was filed by 5 women who have come forward as plaintiffs, exposes truly a disturbing alleged pattern of abuse, manipulation, exploitation by the Alexander brothers. The plaintiffs, Milena Coast, Tati Brzezinski, Samantha Nicholson, and 2 Jane Does, are seeking significant damages for the trauma they claim they endured, including sexual assault, drugging, battery, and sex trafficking. And they are all.
Now I wonder, are they gonna put them in a RICO?
A lot of shit going on. Niggas don't get RICO.
You know, I wonder if they gonna put them in a situation like Puff. Is what I'm getting at. It's looking like, but it's not.
How can they get it? How can they get out of that without explanation?
Thank you.
I got reverb, man. I'm gonna come to the chat. I'll be back. I'm
also demanding accountability. From those they believe enabled or turned a blind eye to this alleged abuse. The lawsuit claims that this alleged abuse stretched over nearly a decade, from 2009 to 2017, and occurred at multiple locations. The Alexander brothers are accused of exploiting their wealth, their influence, their connections to carry out these alleged, what are essentially criminal acts. Gotta say, is this story, most of the stories we cover on Sidebar Show, the world can be something, to say the least, right? It's scary thinking about how to protect yourself. And we always try to partner with companies that can maybe help you out, provide some security. Well, I'll tell you what, we have one right now I want to tell you about, our sponsor, Delete Me. Because did you know that your personal data is being harvested and sold online by data brokers? Yeah, anyone can buy your personal details. And when this happens, you're at risk for a whole host of things: identity theft, phishing scams, potential stalking. But Delete Me helps keep your personal information private. I mean, they found dozens of data brokers with my information. They had to remove it from so many listings. And by the way, Delete Me will keep monitoring sites for you so your information doesn't find its way back on there after the first removal. And using Delete Me has given me peace of mind about my family too, because if someone buys your data via data broker, they can see information about your relatives. So right now you can get 20% off Delete Me and protect your personal data when you go to joindeleteme.com/sidebar and use promo code sidebar at checkout. The case begins with Samantha Nicholson's account of what is, again, a truly harrowing alleged incident from 2009. According to the lawsuit, quote, plaintiff Samantha Nicholson was held down and raped by the Alexander brothers against her will in a hot tub in the Hamptons, and then locked in a bedroom in a New York City apartment where she was raped again. And Nicholson describes this experience as violent and traumatic and left her physically and emotionally scarred. Next up, we have Jane Doe 1, who alleges that in 2011, Tal Alexander drugged and raped her in the Hamptons. According to the filing, plaintiff Jane Doe 1 was savagely drugged and raped by defendant Tal Alexander in the Hamptons in 2011. Jane Doe 1 has pictures of this night and went to the hospital for treatment immediately thereafter. Pictures could be a compelling piece of evidence if that's true. 2012, Milena Coast claims she was raped by Orrin and Alon Alexander in a bathroom after a house party in New York. According to the lawsuit, she was violated in a very brutal and degrading manner, and this marked the beginning of an alleged pattern of abuse that would continue for essentially years. And one of the most disturbing accounts, as if the rest of these allegations aren't, to say the least, comes from Tati Brzezinski, who claims that in 2013, Alon Alexander drugged and raped her at his Manhattan apartment. And she alleges that she was then trafficked and raped again by both Alon and Orrin Alexander. Another graphic account is from Jane Doe 2, claims that in 2017, Alon Alexander drugged and sexually assaulted her in Miami. And according to her, despite repeatedly telling him no because she was menstruating, she alleges that Alon forcibly removed her tampon, raped her, and coerced her into performing oral sex. Lawsuits suggest that the assault was filmed by others who were present that night. Jane Doe, too, believes she was further sexually abused during this event. Now, as I mentioned, while the Alexander brothers are the primary defendants here, this lawsuit targets several other high-profile individuals and entities accused of enabling or turning a blind.
Sounds like a RICO to me. I mean, it's a lot of juicy details going on. They taking the tampon out.
Eye to this alleged abuse. So the plaintiffs named the brothers' parents, Shlomi and Orly Alexander, claiming they provided financial resources that allowed the brothers to continue their alleged trafficking operations. And despite allegedly being aware, or at least should have been aware, of their son's criminal activities, the parents reportedly did nothing to intervene. That's the argument. And the Alexander family's company, Kent Security Services, is also accused of facilitating the abuse. The lawsuit alleges that the company provided financial support and other means that enabled the brothers to maintain their operations, and says that the company had a duty to intervene but failed to do so. But maybe the most surprising aspect, the one that grabs the headlines the most of this case, is the involvement of Douglas Elliman. This is one of New York's largest real estate firms. But the lawsuit claims that between 2010 and 2021, Tal and Orrin Alexander worked at this company. And during this period, the lawsuit alleges that the firm's leadership, including former executive chairman Howard Lorber, either knew or should have known about the alleged abuse. The Alexander brothers allegedly used their positions at Douglas Elliman to host parties where women were drugged and trafficked. And the lawsuit further claims that some Douglas Elliman employees were also victims. One agent was reportedly found covered in vomit after being sexually assaulted by all three brothers. Another agent, a reality TV star, was allegedly found unconscious in a bathroom after being drugged or allegedly drugged by Orrin Alexander. And despite these incidents, the lawsuit asserts that Lorber and other senior executives at the company, at Douglas Elliman, they failed to take action. They allowed this to continue. So what exactly did Douglas Elliman know about the brothers' activities during their time at the company? Well, according to reporting from multiple outlets, a spokesperson for the company has stated that no complaints of sexual assault or harassment involving the Alexanders were ever reported, and that executives, including Howard Lorber, were unaware of any blog posts referencing the allegations. And the company also denied that the Alexander brothers were particularly close to Mr. Lorber. However, since the allegations became public, Douglas Elliman has faced growing pressure. Calls for Lorber's removal as chairman intensified. The company's stock price has suffered, continuing a downward trend that started in 2021. In July, a shareholder urged that Lorber's compensation be reduced, writing, "Stockholders deserve to know how the assault and harassment claims were handled by management." But Lorber resigned in October of 2024. The company's president and CEO, Scott Durkin, was fired around the same time. The recent departures, they've only added fuel to the speculation. While Lorber was expected to retire at the end of the year, his early exit has certainly raised questions, right? One insider reportedly told Curb, it's a news website covering housing and real estate, quote, "The timing has left a lot of people wondering, why now?" Now, adding to this intrigue, Lorber had been scheduled to speak at two industry events, abruptly withdrew from both. Quote, "That's not a clean exit," the insider noted. And when asked about the timing of Lorber's departure, a Douglas Elliman spokesperson directed inquiries to the company's press release, which said that Lorber leaving was, quote, "not due to any disagreement with the company or any violation of its rules or practices." So what are the legal grounds for the plaintiff's case? This is important. So the women are filing under the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. This is a law that we have talked about a lot here on Sidebar, particularly in the Sean Diddy Combs case. Now, I want to lay all of this out for you because it could become important in terms of if these cases even move forward. So this law provides a civil cause of action for individuals who have been victims of gender-based violence, allowing them to seek legal recourse against those responsible for such acts. And the plaintiffs argue that the abuse they suffered was gender motivated because all the victims were women. The defendant's actions were rooted in a misogynistic animus. The abuse allegedly included sexual assault, forced intoxication, drugging, battery, rape, all carried out with malice and ill will towards the victims based on their gender. And it's worth noting that the look-back window established by this law expired on Friday. That's what I was talking about before, to explain the influx of lawsuits that were filed last week. And by the way, I also mentioned in the Sean Combs case why we saw so many lawsuits right before the deadline. Now, here's the thing. In the past, New York State passed two key acts, the Child Victims Act and the Adult Survivors Act, and both of which regulate the statute of limitations for civil claims related to sexual offenses. These acts extended the time frames for filing civil claims with specific retroactive windows for previously time-barred cases. The Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, this city law, was then enacted to provide a civil remedy for victims of gender-based violence, including sexual assault. However, there is a potential argument that if the state has already passed comprehensive laws like the CVA and the ASA that cover these allegations, then the city's law could be preempted if it conflicts with the state's framework, and therefore it can't be applied anymore. In other words, the plaintiffs might not be able to bring their case anymore because they are time barred based on the other New York State laws. So that's something to consider. And I also want to briefly touch on battery, since the plaintiffs are also suing for sexual battery. So under the CVA and the ASA, claims for sexual battery that occurred before 2019, they're subject to the statute of limitations as extended by if the claims weren't filed within the retroactive windows, such as those established by the CVA and the ASA, they are considered time barred. For incidents that took place after 2019, the 20-year statute of limitations under New York State law applies, making such claims viable if filed within that time frame. So here's the thing. If the plaintiffs are pursuing civil claims for sexual battery against the Alexander brothers, the viability of those claims depends on when the alleged incidents occurred. Pre-2019 incidents, likely time barred unless filed during the retroactive windows provided by the CVA or ASA. Post-2019 incidents, potentially viable if filed within the 20-year statute of limitations under state law. So why does all of this matter? Well, it could lead to the dismissal of some of these suits on the grounds of statute of limitations. For example, last month, one lawsuit against the brothers was dismissed because the statute of limitations had passed. Federal Judge Louis A. Kaplan in Manhattan ruled that a claim filed by Angelica Parker, who alleged she was assaulted by Tal and Alon Alexander in a Manhattan apartment in 2012, it was time barred. Judge Kaplan determined that Parker's lawsuit, which was filed during the look-back window created by New York City's Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, was invalid because the state's law, the CVA, and the ASA superseded, preempted the city's law, which is what we just talked about earlier. So under the state's framework, Parker was required to file her claim by the end of 2023, but since she missed that deadline, her lawsuit was dismissed. And this highlights how plaintiffs attempting to use city laws to bring claims that are otherwise time barred under state law, they may face serious legal challenges based on the idea of preemption. So that is just something important to keep in mind as we keep going through this, okay? Now, I want to turn to sex trafficking, a key component of this case. So under New York Social Services Law, Section 483-BB, victims of human trafficking, including sex trafficking, are entitled to a civil remedy. They can sue. And this law allows survivors to sue traffickers and anyone who benefited from the trafficking for damages. Okay, now to succeed under this law, plaintiffs have to prove two things. First, trafficking occurred. That plaintiff has to show that they were subjected to sex trafficking, which can include being forced into commercial sex acts through coercion, fraud, force, or being under 18 years old. And you also have to prove defendant's liability. The plaintiff has to demonstrate that the defendant is legally responsible for the trafficking, whether by recruiting, harboring, profiting from the exploitation. And the plaintiffs in this case are seeking compensatory and punitive damages. Okay, that was one lawsuit. Now we got another one. So this next lawsuit takes us back to March 2010, when a 20-year-old woman named Laura Buck alleges she was sexually assaulted by both Tal and Orrin Alexander after a dinner invitation that quickly turned into a nightmare. At the time, Laura was a college student new to New York City. She met Tal and Orrin, both established real estate brokers. And according to her lawsuit on March 5th, 2010, very specific here, Tal invited Laura to dinner. And after the meal, he asked her to join him at the apartment that he shared with his brother, Orrin. What seemed like a harmless invitation soon took a very dark turn. Because according to her, upon arriving at the apartment, she was greeted by not only Tal and Orrin, but also another man referred to as Perpetrator 1. After spending some time in the living room, Laura claims that Tal suggested they move to his bedroom for privacy. Now, what seemed like maybe a casual hangout, it quickly escalated. And that is because, according to her, Tal allegedly laced the marijuana they smoked with an unknown powdery substance, which she claimed was resin. And as she began to feel disoriented and physically incapacitated, Laura claims Tal grew increasingly sexually aggressive. According to the lawsuit, as Laura began to lose control, Tal became more sexually aggressive, and suddenly Orrin and perpetrator one emerged through the bedroom door, maniacally and frantically laughing in high-pitched sounds like hyenas. Both men were fully naked and wearing condoms, seemingly ready to rape her. All the while, perpetrator one was holding a camera pointed in Laura's direction. While she was held down, Laura claims Tal sexually assaulted her. Despite being physically incapacitated, she claims she fought back with all of her strength, eventually managing to break free from Tal's grip. And once free, Laura rushed to get dressed, leave the apartment. Tal allegedly followed her into the hallway, confronted him, saying how sick and incestuous it was for him to be relatives trying to engage in a sex act while all naked together. Tal responded, "Why wouldn't I want to see perpetrator one," although using his name, naked. And then he allegedly made a grotesque comment about the unnamed individual's genitalia. And despite still being disoriented and physically unsteady, Laura claims she managed to leave that apartment. She later recalls being unsure of how she got back to her own apartment. But the next day, she claims she woke up confused, traumatized, devastated by what had happened. She went to a local hospital seeking medical attention, asked for a police report to be filed, as well as a drug screen, I should say. And according to the lawsuit, quote, "Unfortunately, once the police arrived, they refused to file a report, instead blaming the victim for voluntarily smoking marijuana and insisting that she had no recourse. To make matters worse, the hospital failed to run a drug screen." So this is really important because these will be questions that will be used to challenge her story. Why didn't you go to the police? Why didn't you have documentation about the drug screen? Things like that. Well, she's explaining why. Now, as an aside here, at the time, smoking marijuana was actually illegal in New York City, and it wouldn't have been legalized for recreational use until 2021. And that kind of raises an important point because while marijuana use was illegal, police, they're still required to file a report when someone claims sexual assault. And although we couldn't find clear evidence of whether an officer could refuse to assist based on marijuana use alone, law enforcement generally obligated to document such claims. But again, this is her account of what happened. So the failure report, very concerning, as the police should take all allegations seriously. But again, this is her take on what happened. But look, if this woman truly did go to police and they refused to help her, very, very disturbing to say the least. Now, after allegedly being denied help, Laura reached out to Tal directly, and she says she did that to express her outrage about what happened. Now, Tal allegedly remained unapologetic, dismissive, and in an act of defiance, Laura allegedly returned to the building where Tal lived and wrote, "Tal Alexander is a rapist, and Orrin Alexander is a rapist," in red lipstick on the building's walls. And she claims that in response, Tal filed a police report against her, accusing her of harassment. And Laura also claims that she contacted Tal's friends and family, informing them others about what had happened. And she even forwarded an article that she believed was from the Miami Herald detailing an alleged past rape involving the Alexander brothers while they were in high school. And this alleged incident, by the way, was from 2003, reportedly involved a 14-year-old girl who claimed that she was gang raped by several boys, including the Alexanders. Now, I should tell you, we did a little bit of research into this past case, and we discovered that the brothers were interviewed regarding that alleged incident, but at no point were they considered suspects in the case, and no charges were ever filed against them. Now, in response to speaking out back then, Laura claims Tal further threatened her, telling her that his mother had terminal cancer and attempted to guilt her into silence. He then allegedly threatened to sue her for defamation if she continued to contact his family and friends. But she's moving forward. In her lawsuit, Laura Buck seeks compensatory and punitive damages for the emotional, physical, and psychological harm she claims to have suffered. And again, this legal action is based on the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Law. The lawsuit also cites New York Penal Law Article 130, which defines sexual offenses, including sexual abuse, assault, harassment. So in addition to seeking compensation for emotional distress, Laura is asking for attorney's fees, court costs, any other relief the court deems appropriate. And she's seeking these damages to hold the defendants accountable for what they allegedly did, which Laura claims has left her with permanent emotional scars. Our next case takes us to February 2011, when a woman named T. Goodwin alleges that Orrin Alexander sexually assaulted her at his apartment after a night out. Now, the case actually began in the fall of 2010 when Goodwin says she attended a Gotham magazine party at STK Steakhouse in the West Village. It was there that she apparently met Orrin, struck up a conversation with her, to exchange contact information, and over the following weeks, they communicated sporadically over text. And Goodwin says she hung out with Orrin prior to the alleged assault. Nothing inappropriate happened. And she claims that on February 6, 2011, Orrin invited her and some friends to a Super Bowl party at his apartment. Now, Goodwin attended with 2 friends, and the evening ended without any kind of incident. But then you fast forward to February 13th, 2011. And this is when, according to her, Orrin invited her out again, this time to a Gotham magazine party celebrating New York Fashion Week. Now, Goodwin agreed to meet him at the Paramount Hotel where the event was being held, and upon arriving at around 9 p.m., she was greeted by Orrin, his twin brother Alon, and an unidentified woman. And after spending some time at the party, Orrin allegedly suggested they leave and head to a nearby bar. Goodwin apparently joined the group, and it was there that she alleges Orrin handed her a drink. And she claims after consuming that drink, the nightmare began. According to the filing, quote, "At that moment, T's night spiraled into darkness. After consuming the beverage provided by Orrin, she became significantly impaired and began losing control of her motor functions. T's final memory at the bar was falling to the ground and having to be helped to her feet. Notably, T has little to no memory of her interactions inside the bar, leaving the bar with Orrin, or how she ended up at his apartment. But here's the thing. Even though her memories were seemingly foggy, Goodwin claims she clearly remembers she was sexually assaulted. And she alleges she woke up in a strange bed to find Orrin sexually assaulting her. She was unable to speak. She was unable to move during all of this. And Goodwin says that she lapsed in and out of consciousness, but during the moments when she was aware, she was horrified by what was allegedly happening. And she claims she woke up the next morning, partially clothed, confused, disoriented. Seeing Orrin asleep, she quickly gathered her belongings, fled the apartment, hailed a cab back to her apartment in the East Village. And when she arrived home, she claims she just started crying uncontrollably, unsure of what to do next. Eventually, she confided in a close friend telling her that Orrin had raped her. And she says her friend encouraged her to go to the police, but Goodwin was hesitant. Instead, she took another step. According to her filing, T went to a local pharmacy where she purchased and took Plan B. And while she wanted to go to the authorities, T was concerned about Orrin's wealth, power, influence. Through interactions and observations, Orrin had seen fit to make T keenly aware of his family's power and connections. Instead of reporting, she repressed the memory of the horrifying evening and tried to move forward with her life. And apparently, after years of silence, Goodwin says she's now decided to seek justice in the courts. In her lawsuit, she accuses Orrin Alexander of sexual assault, citing violations of the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Law. And her lawsuit outlines several key claims against Orrin, including violations of the New York penal law. Specifically, she alleges that his actions constitute sexual offenses as defined in Article 130 of the New York penal law, which includes crimes such as rape, sexual assault. And for this, she is seeking compensatory and punitive damages. Okay, so the next filing takes us to 2011, where another Jane Doe is accusing Orrin and Tal Alexander of sexual assault, along with a disturbing series of allegations that span from 2011 to 2024, so recent. In her lawsuit, she claims a years-long sex trafficking operation involving a pattern of sexual violence that was orchestrated by the Alexander brothers and was aided by a woman who Jane Doe trusted as a friend. Now, according to this lawsuit, this case begins with what seems to be a chance encounter between Jane Doe, a young 20s, and Orrin Alexander at a popular New York City nightclub. So after a brief conversation, Doe claims that the two really didn't connect much, didn't see each other again, despite mutual acquaintances. However, in April of 2011, Orrin reached out to Jane Doe on Facebook. And after another casual encounter at a club, he invited her to an after party at his apartment. But when Jane Doe arrived, expecting, a social gathering, she found herself alone with Orrin Alexander. Feeling uncomfortable, Jane Doe claims that she tried to leave, but Orrin allegedly pressured her to stay. And when she insisted on leaving, that is when, according to her, the situation escalated here, according to the lawsuit. When Jane Doe insisted on leaving, Orrin coerced her, including by taking her shoes and throwing them into a closet in his bedroom, and also taking her cell phone and putting it in his nightstand. Jane Doe repeatedly asked Orrin to return her personal items. Realizing it was 4 a.m. in the Chinatown Soho area and afraid to walk home, she couldn't get an Uber or even a cab without the personal items Orrin was holding hostage. Jane Doe continued to plead with him that she wanted to go home and to give her back her shoes, jacket, and phone. Orrin refused to return the items. Orrin then pushed Jane Doe onto the bed, removing her dress. And it's at this point that Jane Doe claims Orrin sexually assaulted her. And she claims she fled the apartment on foot without her phone. But the filing doesn't end here, because weeks after the alleged assault, Jane Doe was apparently invited by a woman named Hannah Boulos for what she believed would be a relaxing weekend getaway in the Hamptons. According to the lawsuit, this was part of a much darker plot orchestrated by the Alexander brothers. So Jane Doe traveled with Boulos to Long Island, where they were met by two men in an SUV. One of them introduced himself as Tal Alexander, Orrin's brother. However, when Jane Doe says that she mentioned knowing Orrin, Tal denied any connection. Now, the other man is referred to as John Doe in the lawsuit. So at this vacation house, Jane Doe claims she went to the hot tub with the brothers where she was offered a glass of white wine, and which the lawsuit claims was likely laced with drugs to incapacitate her. And from there, that is when the events grew increasingly horrific. The lawsuit states, quote, Jane Doe took 2 sips of the drink, and from that point forward has only intermittent memory of what happened next. Tal and John Doe took turns to brutalizing and raping Jane Doe in various locations of the vacation home, including on the floor of what appeared to be a gym and in the sauna. Through the drug-fueled haze, it seemed at times they raped her simultaneously. As a result of being drugged by Tal and John Doe, Jane Doe was unable to fight back or cry for help as they assaulted her. Remembers Tal and John Doe checking to confirm she was out. At times, she remembers trying to escape, crawling on the floor, but she could barely make her body respond, and Tal and John Doe easily overpowered her. And then get this, at one point, John Doe allegedly batted Jane Doe around like a cat playing with a toy as her body was essentially limp. At another moment, Tal left and returned to the tripod. Jane Doe remembers the sound of their laughter and the feel of their hands as they held her down. Now, Jane Doe claims that when she regained some clarity here, she says she found herself completely disoriented, sitting in a lawn chair, wearing only a towel and parts of her bikini. Tal, John Doe, they allegedly told her to gather her things and leave. Now, Hannah Boulos, the woman who allegedly invited Jane Doe, she, according to Jane Doe, returns during the aftermath, but didn't offer any support. Back in New York, Jane Doe says she began confiding in her friends about the assaults, but she was severely shaken. And the lawsuit describes Jane Doe as suffering from emotional distress, including anxiety, depression, panic attacks. 2014, she claims that she ran into Tal Alexander at a party in the Hamptons, became so distressed that she locked herself in the bathroom, demanding her husband to take her home. And years later, while skiing in Aspen, Jane Doe allegedly experienced a flashback to that traumatic event in the Hamptons, triggering a panic attack and emotional breakdown. By the way, if this goes to trial, there might even be testimony of that, because that will help prove the harm element, help prove damages. Now, in addition to the assault and abuse claims, Jane Doe brings several serious charges that are unique to this case. The most alarming is the accusation of sex trafficking, which she claims was perpetrated by Tal and Orrin Alexander. So according to the lawsuit, the two brothers, along with John Doe and Hannah Boulos, they allegedly conspired to force Jane Doe into sexual exploitation across locations, coercing her into sex acts under force, fraud, or coercion. And this, she argues, violated both state and federal sex trafficking laws, which include a legal remedy for victims to seek justice through civil court. And the lawsuit further asserts that the legal causes of action in this lawsuit include sex trafficking violations, that the defendants allegedly violated New York penal law, 2 different codes, 2 different sections, both of which criminalize sex trafficking and provide victims the right to seek damages through civil litigation. So what does this mean? Well, specifically, New York Penal Law Section 230.34 prohibits recruiting, harboring, or transporting individuals for the purpose of prostitution or sexual performance, using force, fraud, or coercion to compel someone into commercial sex acts, trafficking minors under 18 for commercial sex acts, regardless of whether force or coercion was used. As for 18 U.S. Code Section 1591, the federal statute that criminalizes sex trafficking, that law prohibits recruiting, enticing, harboring, transporting, or obtaining a person for commercial sex acts through force, fraud, or coercion, trafficking minors under 18 for commercial sex acts, regardless of whether force or coercion was used. And she is also claiming intentional of emotional distress. Jane Doe claims that the defendant's conduct caused her significant emotional harm, including anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. Another claim is for false imprisonment, which asserts that the defendants unlawfully restricted her freedom, deprived her of her liberty without any legal authority. And the final claim, the final cause of action in this lawsuit is based on the non-consensual dissemination of intimate images, which is illegal under New York City administrative law. This law prohibits the retention and dissemination of intimate images without the subject's consent. And according to Jane Doe, the defendants took intimate images of her while she was allegedly being sexually assaulted. And she alleges that the defendants kept those images for their own sexual gratification and as a means of silencing her. And you have to wonder, during the course of discovery, would that come out? In her lawsuit, she is seeking justice for the physical, emotional, and psychological harm she claims she endured. Her legal claims include rape, sex trafficking, emotional distress, conspiracy with their legal team seeking both compensatory and punitive damages. Now we're up to 2012, which is when a Jane Doe claims the Alexander brothers, along with several influential figures in the entertainment and business world, drugged and sexually assaulted her. And the lawsuit names a group of powerful individuals, including Ivan Wilzig, the owner of Sir Ivan's Castle in the Hamptons, the Alexander brothers, Tal and Alon. Jane Doe, then 25, claims that she was invited to an all-expenses-paid weekend getaway at Sir Ivan's Castle, a lavish estate in the Hamptons owned by millionaire businessman Ivan Wilzig. Now, initially excited by the luxury and prestige of the mansion, known for hosting elite parties attended by figures from finance, entertainment, politics, her excitement quickly turned to horror when she claimed she was introduced to the Alexander brothers by a man named Irvo Shah, also referred to as Irving in the lawsuit. So according to the complaint, on the first evening of the weekend, Irvo Shah took Jane to a nightclub where she says she met Tal and Alon Alexander. And the brothers allegedly offered her a drink, which Jane Doe now believes had been spiked with drugs. And as the night wore on, Jane Doe began to feel dizzy and disoriented. And eventually, she passed out, only to wake up in a very unfamiliar room with one of the Alexander brothers on top of her. Unable to move or speak, she claims that she found herself trapped in a state of paralysis while the Alexander brother allegedly assaulted her with others watching. And the incident reportedly took place in a secret room within the mansion, a space known for hosting orgies. The lawsuit claims that this was part of a larger pattern of sexual exploitation at the mansion during these parties. Following weekend, Jane Doe claims she returned to the castle at Irvo Shah's invitation, but this time the Alexander brothers were introduced to her in a more formal setting. As the night progressed, Shah allegedly pressured Jane Doe to engage in a group sex act, which she repeatedly refused. And when she resisted, Tal and Alon allegedly drugged her again, rendering her completely incapacitated. And she woke up to find herself in a sexual encounter with one of the brothers who she claims raped her while she was unable to defend herself. Irvo Shah reportedly entered the room during the assault but did nothing to stop it. Instead, he allegedly yelled at the brother, dismissing Jane Doe's trauma by claiming she was wasted, had brought the situation upon herself. Ivan Wilzig, the mansion's owner, was also allegedly present during the assault, but according to her, ignored her distress. And in the aftermath, Jane Doe claims she actually became pregnant from the rape and that Shah allegedly offered to pay for an abortion. Now, as Jane Doe tried to understand what allegedly had happened to her, the lawsuit claims that she was met with contradictory stories, confusion. When she encountered the Alexander brothers and their associates later on, they reportedly avoided her or acted evasive, further gaslighting her into questioning her own memories. Two other people, Lee Kalt and Melinda Carlton, both allegedly regulars at the mansion's parties, are accused of reinforcing the idea that the abuse had been consensual, even though Jane Doe believed she had been coerced, drugged, and attacked. Now, for years, Jane Doe claims she struggled with the emotional and psychological trauma from these assaults, but she says she was left to cope alone. And this lawsuit argues that this was part of a deliberate effort to silence her and conceal the true extent of the conspiracy that was orchestrated or allegedly orchestrated by these very powerful individuals. And here's where things get even more interesting, because even though we just broke down the allegations that one of the brothers sexually assaulted her, she apparently didn't even know this until she was contacted by a reporter who asked her about what happened. And in contacting her, the reporter apparently told her a version of the story she didn't previously know. According to the filing, quote, in 2024, Jane Doe was contacted by a reporter who asked about what had happened to Jane Doe at the castle. Jane Doe told her the story of her sexual assaults and the story she had been told by other guests about what had happened. She expressed ongoing confusion and distress at not being able to identify exactly who had raped her. The reporter informed her that the woman who had poured her drink on Jane Doe was not in fact a girlfriend of the Alexander brothers, but had instead witnessed Jane Doe's rape and attempted to wake her by pouring the drink on her face. She informed Jane Doe that the rape had occurred in the secret room while others were watching. When witness one had interrupted the sexual assault, the Alexander brothers fled. Jane Doe realized that the guests, Ivan Wilzig and Irving, had all been purposefully lying to her for over a decade about what had happened that night in order to protect the Alexander twins. All of the different encounters with the Alexander brothers started to make sense. So,
as you guys can see, this is a deep plot and twist. Pay attention, people.
this is really interesting because the plaintiff is admitting here that she was told what happened by a reporter, meaning this is not her sole account of what occurred. Now, in general, yes, you can include in a lawsuit the fact that someone else told you a different version of the events, especially if it's sports, but It has to be handled carefully to ensure it strengthens rather than weakens your argument. But in her lawsuit, Jane Doe is alleging rape, sexual assault, sexual battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. She claims that the defendants, Ivan Wilzig, Tal and Alana Alexander, Irvo Shah, Lee Colt, Melinda Carlton, they conspired to recruit and manipulate women into non-consensual sexual encounters, often disguised as partying, and she is seeking both compensatory and punitive damages for the harm that she claims she endured. The next lawsuit brings some chilling allegations of drugging and sexual assault dating back to 2015. Crystal Mills, a Manhattan resident, suing Oren for assaulting her after she accepted an invitation to his apartment. And the case outlines a horrifying series of events in which Crystal was allegedly drugged, overpowered, raped, after unknowingly consuming a drink that Oren is said to have deliberately laced with substances. The night in question began at dinner at the upscale Hunt and Fish Club in Manhattan. And while at the bar, she claimed she met Oren, who approached her with charm. After some conversation, Oren invited Crystal to a party at his apartment. She agreed, feeling no reason for concern. When they arrived at Oren's apartment on Prince Street, downtown Soho, Crystal found herself alone with him instead of a party. And the lawsuit claims that Oren offered her a drink, which she accepted. And almost immediately after drinking it, Crystal began to feel disoriented. Her mind became clouded. The room started spinning. Her body felt unsteady. And Oren had allegedly drugged Crystal's drink. And this goes on to say that Oren then allegedly began to aggressively kiss and grope Crystal, grabbing her by the neck, pushing her into a bedroom. And when Oren had Crystal in the bedroom, he allegedly pinned her down on the bed, forcefully removed her clothes, even though she was saying no and stop. And Oren was much larger than Crystal, and she claimed she was unable to push him off of her. And Oren then forcefully had sex with Crystal against her will. That's the allegation. And it goes on to say, not only was Crystal unable to give consent due to being drugged, Oren also ignored her pleas to stop before and during sex. Now, in her lawsuit, Crystal is invoking the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Law, seeking both compensatory punitive damages for the assault. Next case involves Alexis, a 23-year-old woman from Oregon, who moved to New York City in January of 2015 with dreams of becoming an actress. At the time, she was working as a waitress at Bounce Sporting Club in Manhattan, living in a friend's apartment in Harlem. And one evening while working, Alexis claimed she met Tal, invited her out. What seemed like a casual night quickly spiraled into a nightmare. And as I've said so many times before, what seemed like a casual night quickly spiraled into a nightmare. Tal allegedly invited Alexis back to his Manhattan apartment for an after party. And upon arrival, Alexis immediately noticed that there were no other guests, just Tal and herself. And despite feeling uneasy, she stayed. Tal gave her a drink. They toured his apartment. Soon after drinking, Alexis says she began feeling nauseous, drowsy, unsteady. And the lawsuit claims, unbeknownst to Alexis at the time, Tal had drugged one of her drinks. Although Tal told Alexis that there would be a party at his apartment, no one else was there. Tal gave Alexis a drink and a tour of his apartment. He then began to kiss and grope her and said, "I can't help myself, you're just so beautiful." At that time, Alexis was under the influence of whatever drug Tal had given her and was barely able to stand, much less give consent to any sexual activity. Despite this, Tal proceeded to have sex with Alexis. After this initial encounter, Tal invited Alexis to accompany him on a trip to the Bahamas, where she was also assaulted. So that could be a little bit of issue for a plaintiff here. You know, the idea is she was assaulted, but then also accompanied him to another place where she was assaulted. Although, as we know, sexual assault can be very, very complicated. There are a lot of dynamics, a lot of factors that go into this. So it's not the end all be all, but just something to think about. Now, back in New York, Tal allegedly continued to contact Alexis. The lawsuit states, for instance, he told her he was going to change her life, promised that he would support her, that she would never waitress again, and that with his help, she could focus on her dreams. Tal knew that these promises would be particularly appealing to Alexis, who had no financial means and was focused on her goal of becoming an actress. Under the guise of these promises, and while Alexis was under the influence of drugs that Tal secreted in her drinks, Tal raped Alexis in his Manhattan apartment on multiple occasions, in addition to the incident described above. All of these sexual assaults took place in 2015, and she is now seeking compensatory damages for the emotional distress, physical injuries, lasting trauma she says she endured, and she's also seeking punitive damages. Now, the Alexander brothers have adamantly denied the claims against them. And in fact, Deanna Paul, the attorney representing Tal Alexander, told us in a statement, the pattern is telling. This wave emerged only after dozens of salacious news stories and a multi-month social media campaign spearheaded by plaintiff attorneys. One new lawsuit literally states that a reporter fed an accuser the narrative that an Alexander brother raped her. So look, the court's juries, they'll ultimately decide whether these claims are substantiated. But for now, the public eye is on these cases. And the Alexander brothers, who remain behind bars, they await trial on federal sex crimes allegations. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. I'll speak to you next time.
Yeah, that's wild. But I still notice they still not giving them, after all they said, that's a lot of shit, right? They still not giving them that Puff Daddy treatment. They still not giving them that Diddy treatment. So I'm confused. Like, what's the deal? Like, what's the deal? Yeah, Deuce, that was a nice cat. I got a cat too. Yeah, shout out Infamous Truth Teller. Everybody came through. C-Mac, Deuce, Babu, Caramel for the win. I'll probably go live in the afternoon sometime tomorrow, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Boss Claus, what it do? You understand me? Mocha Bird. Man, shout out to all them new people. Kissed and Denial, Kiwi, Hot Topic, DM Shots 247, Me Oh My, Hey Baby, Oak Cliff, Texas in the motherfucking house, Jack. Yeah. Salute to everybody, man, coming through. Hassan Tyree. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out my brother Clip God, Hassan Tyree Show. Infamous Truth Teller, Scott Swizzy. The Sky Swizzy. Man, shout out to all my guys. Salute. Understand me? Man, hope y'all enjoyed the show, man. I'm gonna come back and hit y'all with some more in a minute. Gotta handle something right quick though. You heard? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. One thing about this YouTube and then even in real life though, trash will take care of itself, man. You know what I'm saying? Take out, you know what I mean, all that. Don't worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. You dig? Infamous. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody tuning in. Much love to the sweetest kitty divine, Frappuccino. #1 moderator in the business. Infamous Truth Teller. Kitty Frappuccino on another level, man. On another level, bro. Shout out. Salute everybody coming through. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Yeah, man.
Corey Moe.